Yes,
All right,
I'm
here we
back.
go. In 3, 2, 1, 5 people waiting. Admit all. And
Oh,
they
look,
should.
Luke.
Yep, they're in. And there is Luke.
Lovely.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Luke.
Welcome.
Are we the only ones here?
Not yet.
No, we have a few folks that have joined us.
It's early.
They're all getting connected
yes.
to audio and getting set up.
So welcome everybody to Dining Inside Out Street Food. It's exciting. We've been waiting a long time for this one, so we hope that you are ready. We are going to have a couple different speakers during this initial cocktail hour, but we're waiting for everybody to kind of get connected. If you wanted to have a table, a private table with a friend, and you didn't already make a reservation, now is a good time to message Chad, the tech guy, and let him know that you would like to be with somebody else during the private table segment. We have a couple of them, 4 courses tonight, so you've got some opportunity to chat with friends.
I do have the same picture as her, but I swear it's me. Don't be freaked out.
Yeah, it's awkward, but there's no way for me to change that. I mean, I guess we could take like a brother-sister shot.
Yeah, there you go.
I really don't want to.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work.
No. Because then I'll get in when I'm in meetings by myself. Oh, hi, what's the password? Trying to get in. Okay, hold on just a sec. Chad, is there a password?
No.
I think I saw something.
Unless there was a registration and you had to be signed into Zoom to get in. But if she's messaging us, she's in. Oh, okay, got it. She's on her laptop. So I think you'll need to sign into Zoom on your laptop, Sandy.
But I think I've got a password for that though. Hang on.
Okay.
Because I sent one to Steph earlier. All right, try 654-811. Just popped it in chat. They've added some security stuff since the last time we did this.
Oh, yeah, that could be.
Okay, so Maria is connecting.
She's still connecting. I feel like if we have another way to reach out to her, it sounds like she's got an issue.
Okay.
I just talked to her on the phone.
Oh, you did? How was that?
I did. It was good.
How was her day today is what I'm like. I know it's day 2.
She said it okay.
Excellent.
Sandy's in. Awesome.
We're not related. Okay. Shakela is coming from Blend Theory. For those of you who got the mocktail box, she'll be coming to do a quick demo on the pineapple, the spicy pineapple drink that she's making. Pretty exciting. She has space here in the co-op in Syracuse, but just really local fresh juices. Awesome. And then we'll have Maria from Exhale Bakeshop and Cafe in Camillus, which opened yesterday. Crazy times. She made the cupcakes for tonight's dinner, and she will be in as well to chat during this time.
And here comes Miss Megan Clinton Piper.
Well, that's exciting. Is it both names?
It literally says Megan Clinton Piper, yes.
That's perfect. Luke, how many COVID weddings have you done so far?
Well, let's see. Let's see. 1, 2. I would say at least a half a dozen.
Yeah.
Maybe even more.
That's exciting. Yeah.
I officiated
COVID weddings?
my first wedding like 2 weeks ago.
How was that, Chad?
Apparently I did a great job and no one could believe that I had never done it before.
That doesn't surprise me.
You're like, I'm going to host the podcast of your wedding.
Here
we are.
Welcome, everyone. And by the way, so they had a bunch of attendees who couldn't be there. And so it was an indoor-outdoor wedding, but the ceremony was outdoors. Okay. So they're like, yeah, can you do a Zoom? And I'm like, sure. And then we get up there, and the Wi-Fi is awful, and the LTE signal is not even present. So the way we had to do it, I had to set my phone up at the very base, the entrance of where the bride would walk down. So it was sitting there, and then I had an AirPod in my ear.
Yes.
One AirPod, so that I didn't look like a complete tool to both families. I showed it to the groom's side, not the bride's side or whatever. And the AirPod reached to my phone to send the audio, and the phone was close enough to the Wi-Fi in order for it to work. And the 10 or 15 people that were there got to hear the ceremony, and that was the last minute.
Wow.
So Luke, the AirPod thing, that's just proof positive that that's the way to go.
I'm telling you.
It does work.
Is Abner with you tonight?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay, he's not there yet?
No.
Does he know?
He does know.
Did you tell him again today?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. As long as you told him again today. Okay.
I told him 6:30, so.
Okay. Good.
He's not
I told all of the
technically on
chefs
until, like,
7 o'clock. Yeah, he's not on until later. And I told most of the chefs to arrive a little later too, because they are all in service, with the exception of Abner and you. So.
I was thinking about just having Abner do the heating instructions, and.
Yeah, that's fine. I
it.
mean, you could also just. Do you not want to share your AirPods? This is about your AirPods, isn't it?
No.
And now we know. Everyone knows.
Not completely. It's not even that. It's more like I don't want to not be able to hear it. I'm scared. Maybe I could just test it.
What do you mean you would not be able to hear it? You'll be able to hear it. Yeah, you'll get it all through one ear instead of two.
I know it's weird. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Can you hear me?
I mean, it works.
Yeah, we can hear you fine. Like it's both are mic'd, but like honestly, one mutes over the other, so it's not like a dynamic sound.
All right.
Joe and I do meetings with my AirPods all the time.
Look at how spoiled as a society we are. I swear
I
to
don't want
God,
to share my AirPods.
not even 10 years ago was all of this possible and easy to do, and we're like, oh, I can't. It's not in both ears. I can't do it. Oh.
These are first world
Lord.
Luke really doesn't want to be that person with the Bluetooth thing over his ear, just walking around. He doesn't want to be that guy.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that guy? Yeah.
Yeah, that guy with the main finger out there. He really doesn't want to be that guy.
I'm in a meeting.
Shakela Freeman is here, so she's from Blend Theory. We'll get her chatting in about 5 or 6 minutes as soon as her video comes up. Show us your setup when you're ready, Shakela. And so that'll be our first segment, and then we'll have Maria chat afterwards. Maria, if you are here, turn your camera on and say hi to us, because I'd love for you to chat about the bakery and how day 2 went, because I haven't talked to you since, 8 this morning. But yes, in the meantime, we're going to be, yay, hi.
There's Maria.
We need to unmute Maria. Oh, no, she looks exhausted. And beautiful, mostly beautiful. No, really, though. Hang on.
I asked to unmute, so see it on your phone to unmute?
Click unmute. There you go.
There you go.
Now talk.
No, I talk a lot, but thank you for letting me come on. I will try to put makeup on, maybe, probably not. Kind of busy.
It's fine.
You look fresh to death. Look at you.
Thank you so much. I really did. I tried. Oh, you're talking. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You all look fresh. That hair, that champagne. Damn, Daniel.
Didn't you pour yours?
It's still in the Sandy bucket. It's still in the Sandy bucket.
Sandy bucket. Pop that thing.
We're gonna do it tonight.
Okay, good. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So when you're ready, so are you baking right now?
Yeah, I'm so busy.
That's awesome. Okay.
I had a woman come in today about tomorrow's cake, and you know me, I was like, oh yeah. I had no idea who it is. Totally, she told me the wrong date in an email. She's coming tomorrow, so I was like, oh yeah, we're baking in an hour. Like,
what kind of cake is it?
It is a fondant French bulldog cake.
You're just gonna do that tonight?
Yeah, but like, I'm annoyed. I'm just
I
annoyed.
mean, you're just gonna make a bulldog out of a cake, or you're gonna like paint a bulldog on a cake?
No. That's what she wanted, and now she wants just dog faces on it. So I'm gonna do, because she liked the fancy Jesus cake. So she's like, oh, can you just like do faces instead?
So no one knows what the fancy Jesus cake is. You should probably tell them.
Oh, cool, Jesus. I think that they do that. Is other people on here?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Not just us. Hi,
Oh
Maria.
my God.
Welcome to the
That's
show.
amazing.
Did
That's
nobody
great.
tell you this was going to happen?
Did I swear? So many
No,
people
you
on
didn't.
here.
We have to
It's
cancel the
fine.
whole event now, Maria. Unbelievable. I can't. Unbelievable.
No, you're fine.
You're fine. I'm kidding. You're fine.
You're fine.
This is the whole point of the cocktail hour. Is it's
Wait.
sort of the.
We muted her again.
Oh, I didn't. She did. I think she did it.
Maria,
out of
did you
fear.
mean to mute yourself?
I did. Somebody had muted me. I am so sorry. I thought it was literally you and Sarah and Luke.
No.
This is the
bad.
point of the cocktail hour. Is it's sort of a
Hey,
free-flowing
guys!
welcome. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
So
Oh my God.
definitely order cakes at Exhale Cafe
Please
and Bake Shop.
do.
But
please
maybe
give me
not for the
right
next day.
Yeah, give
Not
me
for
the
the
right
next day.
day. Also, if you want a fancy Jesus, a cool Jesus, I'm here for you. That's my jam.
Yes. So a little boy came in and asked for a Jesus cake, but a fancy Jesus cake.
For his
So
communion. And he
was
wanted him wearing
a
a blue suit.
So Jesus wore a blue suit that day.
No messy man bun, but
You
we
can.
tried.
Oh, well, yeah. You can see that cake on Maria's Instagram, which is Exhale Cafe and Bake Shop. That's just put an @ symbol in front of the whole thing. Boom.
Yes.
Shakela, are you with me?
Hey, can you hear me?
Hi, I can. So just so you know, Shakela, this is not just you and me.
Correct.
This is not just you
I
and me.
know.
We are here together. Okay.
I see lots of beautiful people on.
Yes. We are getting everybody in. They're going to kind of be coming in waves. That's usually how this happens. So if you're ready for you got your meal. I'm super excited about that. Are you ready for this?
I am ready.
Awesome. You're going to be pan frying stuff tonight. Like, I don't know if you know, it's really serious. Habiba made it like serious.
I know. I just got my pan out. Now I'm looking for oil.
Perfect. So I'm going to walk you through and everybody else. So we're going to do everything together, but we are, for the first course tonight, we are pan frying. And if you have the flatbread from Najude, you want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees and you want to go ahead and do that now if you have the flatbread. If you don't, you can wait a few minutes. You can turn it on now. It's all good. We are going to use it for a couple different courses potentially. And if you check your written instructions, and they're also linked to you in the email, it really depends on what kind of, there we go, beautiful. It depends on what kind of equipment you have. If you have a microwave, you're set. If you don't, I don't. Then you're gonna make it happen alongside me.
Got it.
Awesome. So I'm going to Okay, so Shakela, we're gonna pop to you in like 5 minutes if you're ready to do your juice demo and just like shake together your beverage. Are you ready for that?
I am ready.
Suspense is killing me.
If you can make something happen, that would be awesome. You don't have to do anything. Like, make us your favorite beverage. Just show us how to make something fun, or whatever you make early in the morning. Show us that. We want to know what Blend Theory does, at home.
So Blend Theory, for those of you who don't know, Blend Theory is my baby. I started Blend Theory 2 years ago. It is a community yoga and juice bar. So I do yoga during the week, and then on Saturday I do juices and smoothies at Cafe Sankofa. From 10
Where's that?
2323 South Salina Street, right down the hill from campus.
Nice.
And so I've been doing that every Saturday, except for the COVID period, every Saturday for 2 years. So
Wow.
yeah. And it's great. I get to serve everyone, kids. I love when the little kiddies come. The thing about Blend Theory is I take pride in making my drinks Super healthy, so I use lots of superfoods. And all of my drinks are bright in color. And the brighter your food is, the healthier it is for you. So
awesome. Love it.
Tonight I have on the menu, we have a pineapple mango mocktail. So it's a spicy pineapple mango mocktail. It has chili pepper. So it has chili peppers in there, and everything is freshly pressed with my cold press juicer. So I freshly pressed the pineapple, the mango, the chili, and then at the bottom, you are to put my chili agave sauce on the bottom, and it's made with a little bit of a lime spritzer just to give it a little bit of buzz at the top.
Nice.
So,
beautiful.
I did not prepare a drink for myself, and I do apologize.
No, that's okay.
I can demonstrate for those of you who have the drink ordered. Did you want me to try to demonstrate now, Sarah?
Sure. If you're ready, we can pop into that. If you want a couple minutes though, Shakela, I can swap back over to Maria and force her to talk about cupcakes.
Okay.
Thank you, Ness.
Hi.
Hi. So I know that there's chili in the cupcakes tonight too. So I thought it, made a nice segue. So what kind of cupcakes did you put in the box?
I think so. Hi, guys. Oh, my gosh. Hi. My name's Maria. I own Exhale Cafe. We just had our soft opening yesterday. So we're crazy. You follow me on Instagram.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I was telling my girlfriend. I know her. It's nice to finally see a face.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. So, Maria, the cupcakes that are in the box today, I know we said that we were selling 4, but you gave everybody 6 because you're.
I gave everybody 6 because I felt like that would be a nice thing to do. Plus, the boxes fit 6, so you're welcome. So I'm Maria. I'm in Township 5 in Camillus. We just opened yesterday. It's been a whirlwind. It's been crazy. Please stop in and see us. So for tonight, we are doing, we did dulce leches, which is the ones with the caramel on top. So I did like a really nice double milk cupcake, which came out so nice. We topped it off with a salted caramel frosting, and then drizzled some homemade caramel on top. And then the cool, weird ones for something different is we did a Mexican chili chocolate cupcake. So it's infused with chili pepper. I try not to make it too spicy just because sometimes some people are really good with spice. Some people think ketchup is too spicy, so it's really hard to gauge that. So I did want to do something to kind of get everyone's needs. It has a cream cheese frosting on top with a little bit of chili pepper in that as well. Ooh. So fun. And it's different, but it works. So
love it. So you opened yesterday. And did you sell out today? I know you sold out yesterday.
I almost sold out, but we did sell out of coffee today. So that was, yeah, so that was something that we didn't expect. We sell Salt City Coffee here. I love to incorporate our community. I think they're an awesome community coffee maker. They brew everything right on site, and they give back to our community, which I thought was really cool. So we use them here. We have coffee to sell by the bag. We have cold brew. We have cupcakes. So please stop by. We're right across from Costco.
Right, in Township 5 in Camillus.
Right.
So Maria opened a bakery during COVID. She's amazing. I can't even talk. I mean, seriously, like at the beginning of this, I was like, I don't know. I mean, maybe we should try to like think of something else.
She
like
tried to tell me no. And I was like, guys, this is my passion since I was 14. You know, now I'm 16. No, I'm just kidding. You know, it's been a long time and I wanted to do it smart. So I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been getting my name out. I've worked with a lot of big businesses in Syracuse, Biscotti's, Wegmans. I went to culinary school and it's just something that I've always wanted to do. I planned on doing it last year and ended up getting super sick. So we did it this year and I signed my lease February 27th and then COVID hit the 16th, I believe. So I was like, all right, we can figure this out. I did.
And Maria's
curbside.
the whole time she's like talking to me like, so, you know, is this going to affect things? And I'm like, no, like I have no idea.
We thought it was like a 2-week thing. We had no idea.
Totally.
So we got the space and I started doing curbside. So I tried to figure out what I was going to do for the 2 weeks COVID was going to happen. And I was like, this is fine. We ended up doing it for 20 weeks. I delivered all over Syracuse, New York. I made new friends, and like my friend Drew with the Jesus cake. We made a lot of cool new connections. And with that being said, every week raised money for something different in our cafe. So I didn't need a business loan. I didn't really get any debt. So it's been really, especially during COVID, crazy, exciting,
amazing community support that has come out for you. And
so
and honestly,
awesome.
like of all of my clients, and Luke being one of them. So sorry, Luke, but like she's the scrappiest. Like
I keep it real. I'm a hustler.
She did not take no for an answer. No, not even from me when I was like, this is a bad idea. She was in, man. And so she's open.
So I'm open. We sold out yesterday of all our cupcakes, bars, and cookies. We do gluten-free, we do vegan, we do lactose-free on request, and we deliver. So it's something fun. I love to do a different challenge. So thank you so much for following my little journey in the past 5 minutes. And like us on Facebook and Instagram. And you'll see, I keep it pretty real. I mean, I don't hold back.
That is obvious.
It's
why I love you. I never expected this, but yeah, she's amazing. Total warrior queen. We have a couple of those on here tonight. Shakela, when you get a second, rotate your camera because you're sideways right now. So it's gonna be weird for us when we get back to you.
Oh, it didn't rotate for you. Yeah, it should have.
Oh, there we go. Sure, you're good.
You're good now.
All right, Maria, you are set. Go bake cupcakes and do things, and we'll talk to you later this afternoon. Okay, bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh.
I don't even, half the time, I don't even know what to say. You're good. You're good. We're going to mute you. I promise.
Thanks. Bye. I'll see ya.
Bye. Chad, can you mute Maria for me, please? Thank you. So we, half the time I don't even know what to say when Maria's talking because I'm just laughing so hard. But really just a really bright spot in Camillus. I'm incredibly proud of her. I was excited to see that she got the response that businesses get when they open in Central New York, which is what makes it so special to open hospitality businesses here. She just got an outpouring from other business owners who were like, we're with you, we know what you're doing, we know how hard this is, and people just showed up. And so she was just in tears most of the day yesterday, whether that was from exhaustion or excitement or a combination thereof. How do you solve hold on. Yes, Maria is amazing. Anyway, so we're gonna pop over. So hopefully you enjoy the cupcakes. She does do gluten-free for those of you. I know, Sandy, your cupcake is also from Exhale. That is a gluten-free cupcake from her. She uses Bob's Red Mill. That's her go-to. Also my go-to at home, just saying, unless you're blending your own flours, but it gets technical. Shakela, when you are ready, we are ready. Luke, where are you? Did you run away? You did. Are you ready, Shakela? We can give you a couple minutes still if you would like it.
No, I can go ahead and demonstrate the best that I can. So
awesome.
For those of you who have the Blend Theory pineapple mango chili drink, go ahead and pull it out. The first thing you want to do with fresh pressed juices, because they settle, because they're fresh, you want to shake them up. So go ahead and just give the bottle a quick shake. And to prepare this juice, it's pretty simple. So again, I use fresh ingredients with some organic lime juice. If you have ice, the drink is best with ice or chill. So if you do have ice, go ahead and place that into your cocktail glass or your glass. So I'm going to demonstrate with the mason jar.
Of course you are.
I literally
awesome.
drink wine out of a mason jar. It's totally fine. Do not knock it. It's great.
I'm not knocking it. I am knocking it. I drink out of Riedel glasses. What are you doing with your life?
Thank you.
I mean, but like juice, you do you. Whatever you want with juice. Don't put wine in there.
Mason jars are one of the most functional, like, vessels on the planet.
Chad,
They
we need to
work for
talk about the fact
everything.
that I can't look at you, or I can't hear you and see my face.
I'm sorry.
It's hurting.
I would normally drink this wine out of a mason jar, but tonight I thought I'd go fancy and put it in whatever this
You're
is.
bougie. You're drinking
right.
it out of a stemless glass.
That's right.
Do you want to talk about why those are the wrong glasses to use ever?
So I'm just going to turn off my video. Shakela, back to you.
You're heating the wine with your hand. The point of the stem is to keep the temperature. Have I taught you nothing in all the years of drinking?
I won't tell you about the times that I put ice in this red wine like a true hillbilly. All right, Shakela, back to you.
I'm dead, Shakela. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I wish I had some wine.
What did I miss?
Chad's a hillbilly, and I have disowned him. And I'm hoping that Shakela will please bring us up. That's where we're at.
I'll try my best. So I just realized, so I'm not a bartender. So the first thing that you should do is if you want to get really fancy and you want that mocktail type of feel, you want to sugar the rim. So in your package, I included some raw cane sugar with some organic chili powder. If you can, there's a couple ways that you can sugar your rim. You need a sticky substance. So I'm going to use a lemon. You can use water. You can use a little bit of the agave sauce. And just, is this COVID friendly? If you want to
I mean, as long as you're doing it, it's fine. It's yours. We're good. Everybody's spaced out right now.
You're not preparing that for anyone else, so have at it. Yeah, you're good.
You do whatever you want, Shakela. You're good.
So just go ahead and get the rim nice and moist. Wow, I said moist. Okay. And then
this is live. Shakela, you're doing great.
And then you have a packet of the raw cane sugar and chili powder. So just place that on a flat surface, maybe a paper plate or a clay plate. And then you'll go ahead and just dip your glass in like this.
Beautiful.
Okay? So then you have an iced or a sugared rim. Then you'll add in your ice cubes. Like that.
Beautiful.
And then we're going to take your sauce. So I'm going to demonstrate with maple syrup. Maple syrup is definitely a go for everything. Tilt the glass. I'm just winging it.
I love it. You're doing great.
Because you want that sauce to kind of just like play around in the glass. So you'll tilt it and just twist the glass and pour the sauce on the outside, the inside of the glass, so that it creates like this pretty little thing that we're gonna do here. And then you'll take your 12 ounce of juice and just go ahead and pour into your glass. So
beautiful.
I don't have my chili agave sauce. I didn't make enough for myself, but you should see the chili agave sauce on the glass and it'll fall down to the bottom. Go ahead, stick a straw in there or just drink it. So that's pineapple juice and some maple syrup, and yeah. So you should have a nice drink there. Any questions? Awesome. Let me know.
So you do juices every Saturday.
Yes, ma'am.
So the only day that we can buy them is on Saturday? Can I get these anywhere else?
I mean, well, yeah. So I do catering, but for right now, Saturday.
COVID. Got it.
Yeah, 10 to 3. But yes, on Saturdays for sure.
And where was the yoga happening? Is that still happening?
Yep, yoga's still happening. I have a packed schedule, so right now I'm doing a lot of virtual classes.
Nice.
I was taking advantage of the weather, so I was at the park a lot this summer. Beautiful, beautiful weather. I'm still sticking it out at the park, so I have a pay what you can option. I wanted to keep at least a couple of options a week where folks can enjoy a yoga class without having to pay $10 or $15. I remember when I couldn't afford a yoga class. So I wanted to keep an entry level. If you pay $1, you come. I'm at Next Effect Gym on Thursdays for hip hop yoga. Yeah, so if you follow Blend Theory's page, I post my schedule there. And
awesome.
Yeah.
So for everybody that's here, we will, on Sunday, when we send out our survey that we always do, we'll make sure that we link everybody's Instagrams and Facebook. So if you're not following these folks and you want to be, you don't need to rush and get a pen right now. We will make sure that you have their contact. So yeah, because I could really use a yoga class. I'm just saying. And I've been working out outside with a trainer, and I totally feel you on, like, right now it's getting a little bit like, okay,
it's
are we gonna go inside soon?
Yeah, a lot of folks aren't comfortable yet with going inside, but
yeah, no, I know.
Yeah,
I feel that. At the same time, I'm also like, okay, just like work harder, and then you'll be warm, and it's
and
fine.
then you'll get warm.
Yeah, I'm working
That's
on that.
Spirit. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, just drop that squat a little lower. You'll be fine. Not great for me, but whatever. I do it. It's fantastic.
Can you explain the difference between cold pressed juice and what else? What
other kind of juice is there?
What's the process?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll talk about 3 differences. I started Blend Theory with a Vitamix blender. My best friend, she bought a Vitamix blender out of nowhere, and I went insane, and I started Blend Theory. I'm like, oh my God, I can do everything with my Vitamix blender. Now, my friend is also a nutritionist, and dietitian to be exact. And she's like, Keela, stop using those regular juicers. So the regular juicers, they blend the juice using heat. So they use blades, and it lets a lot of oxygen into the process. And with the oxygen, it heats up the fruit juice, and heat will kill the nutrients in the juice. Yeah. So you don't really want that. So traditional juicers that are not cold pressed, it heats up the juice. You don't want it. Cold pressed juices, it's a different extraction. They just press and squeeze. There's no heating. There's no minimum oxygen and air into it. So it saves a lot of the nutrients.
And you're getting so you get a little bit lower yield. I know, because the reason that they started heating them was to increase that yield, but you're getting less nutrition in that, right?
Right.
So when it's cold, you get a little bit less, but it's really high octane. That's the good stuff. That's got all the antioxidants and everything, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. So I do have to use a little bit more fruit and superfoods like ginger. You don't get much out of ginger, but it's so much better for you. And I mean, if you have a high-powered blender, the best way is just to go ahead and maybe use a blender. It keeps all of the fiber, or most of the fiber in the fruit, but you don't get that that clear liquid. You get a sort of a gritty taste when you just blend it. Right. So that's a really good question.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the blended ones, the Vitamix stuff especially. Yeah. Maybe I should take mine back from you, Luke. I'm pretty sure you have my blender still. And maybe Abner's in love with it. Is that the blender that he's in love with? Did we lose him? I don't see him. He just disappeared. Anyway, awesome. So cold pressed juices, that's all you do, and then you do blended, but all high speed, right?
Yes, so I use my Vitamix blender for my smoothies. I make lemonade, so superfood lemonades. I have a lavender lemonade, which is really popular right now. So I use, so good. I use organic lavender flower. It's dry, but it's organic lavender flower. And I steep it with some raw cane sugar and organic lemon juice. And I also have a blue spirulina lemonade. Anyone ever heard of spirulina, like green spirulina? So they have a blue version. They call it Blue Magic. It's one of the healthiest things on earth. And it's this bright pigmented blue color. It's super healthy for you. It has protein.
Have you ever seen spirulina not in powdered form?
I've seen pictures. I've seen photos.
It's jelly. It's like the craziest thing. Like I saw it, I think last year or whatever, someone brought me a sample because they grow it. There's a hydroponic farm that's growing it in Rhode Island for superfood purposes, for nutrient supplements. And it's like custard. It's crazy how anyway, it's not what I expected, but you see the powder everywhere.
You would think it's like a seaweed type of algae. It isn't a form of algae, but it's like a jelly.
Yeah, crazy looking. Looks like alien food, so it must be good for you.
But most of it's some of the best stuff on earth for you. It really is. Yeah.
You're talking about spirulina?
Yes. I mean, I noticed that you ducked out just as I was saying, hey, I'd like my Vitamix back.
I didn't duck out. I got kicked out. I don't know what happened.
You got kicked out?
Yeah.
So are you holding my Vitamix ransom, or is it Abner that's doing that?
Well, listen, the other day they used it and that was the most favorite thing she ever used. She's like, I got to sell 500 more tamales to buy one of these.
We should find a way to get her one.
I agree with you.
They go on sale on Amazon all the time.
Let's figure out a way to get one for her.
For sure. Abner, you made it. I'm so excited to see you.
Yes,
Hi.
I did.
Costco has good prices on Vitamixes, everybody. Sandy just said so. So check Costco. And while you're at Costco, when you're done, go visit Exhale over in Camillus because she's right there. There we go. Now we've brought it all together.
Shamelessly plugging.
Totally. Endlessly. Listen, brand new business. That girl worked hard. We need her to be okay.
Yeah.
How many tamales do you have to sell for a Vitamix? How many cupcakes do you have to sell for a Vitamix? Like, my God. So, Abner, it's good to have you here. Welcome. I'm glad you made it. Luke was lonely.
So, yeah. Well, thanks for having me. So, I hope that people will enjoy the coffee.
Perfect. Love it. So Abner is behind two things tonight, and we're going to have him chat a little bit later. So he is behind the coffee that, Chad, I sent you some, by the way.
Really?
Oh, did you know?
No.
Did you pick it up?
Yeah. I haven't opened the box. So
no,
this is...
you should have got a thing of coffee with it.
Was it in the box?
No.
I didn't get it then.
Michael Lanahan stole your coffee.
He
Go
stole
back
my
to the
coffee.
cellar.
Oh, no wonder he sat out there and talked to me for like 30 minutes in the
This
back
is
alley.
it. You paid for it, man.
Yeah.
You paid for it.
Well,
So,
I was going to say, because this is what happens every time I pick up a box. So I pick up the box, and then I'm here to help run the show, right? Well, then while I'm running the show, I can't obviously cook the food. So Lauren is going to come home from gymnastics in about 15 minutes. And what she's going to do is come home immediately, go to the refrigerator, open the door, see the box, pull the box out, open it, and she's going to eat everything that is edible in that box before I ever get a chance to see it. That is what happens.
So the baklava is going to go first because that's like only ready to eat. Did you see them? They're beautiful.
No, I haven't.
So beautiful.
I won't see them either. So someone please hold it up and show me a picture because it's the closest I'm going to get to one tonight. I promise you.
There are two of them.
Thank you very much. There you go.
They're so beautiful. Thanks, Kathleen.
Thank you.
They're so beautiful. I was so excited when I saw them.
I didn't mean to digress, but yeah, that's what's happening.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Luke, did you give Abner his box? Like, are we sharing tonight or what?
Yeah. Well, he's gonna go home after he.
Yeah.
Share with his family.
Yes.
Oh, he doesn't want to eat with you.
I don't eat either.
You're not. I don't eat either. But you're not that close yet.
I gotta get up tomorrow at 4 to go to the farmers market.
Oh, okay, right. So let's talk about that really quickly. So what farmers market are you going to be at?
The CNY, the regional, the Syracuse regional market. That's the one I go all the time.
Awesome. So that's where people can find your coffee. So
Yes.
Chad, you're going to have to make a drive from Corning to the regional market, or just like go call Michael Lanahan.
I'll text Michael and be like, "Where's my coffee?"
Right. There you go.
Well, we're gonna start doing it at the market.
We're gonna start what at the market?
Yeah.
We're gonna sell the coffee here.
Yeah.
Oh, at Pure Market.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Listen, you guys just say the market, and you expect me to know what's going on.
It's the only market.
Right here.
Did we lose Sarah? I think we literally lost Sarah. That's hilarious. All right, so it's a free-for-all.
Am I here? No.
Oh, she's here.
No.
That was it. That's all the time you had, everybody.
You can't be so.
How did that happen?
I don't know. You literally disappeared. You were gone.
Oh, my God. No, I'm like talking about Pure Market and Eatery, where it is and all the things, because Luke is just the worst marketing person you've ever met. He's like, yeah, it's at the market.
Yeah.
Silence.
That's where you go.
Are you open now, Luke? Because a lot of these folks have been waiting for that.
It's been a long 2 weeks being closed.
What do you mean 2 weeks of being closed? Yeah, that's true.
14 days.
Well, we knew it wasn't going to be 14 days. That's why we're dining inside out.
I thought about it today when I was getting ready to come down here. I'm like, man, we did dining inside out the first time. I wore a sweater.
April 3rd.
Now I'm wearing a sweater again. It's been that long.
Yeah, I know. We did take 2 months off. So, like, that was the time where you would have worn a tank top, which is why I took them off, because we were not going to show that. Luke in a tank top, no one wants that.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Unbelievable, Luke. Woo.
I'm sorry. But I feel like there's a lag here, so like it's the only way that I could have made that funny was just to go as hard as I could.
Go as hard. Yeah, you did. Yes. You committed
all
to
the
it.
way.
Yeah, you did not.
I
yeah.
did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Luke. Now I feel bad. And your sweater's great, and so's your hair. Do you need anything else?
As if my self-esteem wasn't low enough already.
Yeah, he's in good shape now.
I'm sorry. All right, so you're open. When did you open?
We opened a week ago yesterday. Yeah, we've been open for
last Thursday. Yes.
about a week and a half.
So what's on the menu? What are your hours? Tell me about
we
it.
expanded the menu to a lot more healthier options. We're doing a lot of bowls and seasoned salads. We kept the core of specials, like the chicken sandwich, burgers.
Maria wants to know if the asparagus salad and the citrus vinaigrette are available, because she's coming.
Not for a while.
Asparagus not right now. Maybe the citrus vinaigrette. You can buy that in the bottle, can't you?
Yeah, we sell vinaigrettes right in the case.
Nice.
So most salad dressings you can come buy, and we don't really have like a set list that we keep. Devastated. What'd she say?
She said, "Devastated. I'll settle for a breakfast Sammy." She said, "Sammy." That only sounds okay when Maria says it out loud. When I say it, I'm just like,
Sammy.
No. Yeah, no. It's a sandwich. There's no M in it. Can we talk about that? There's no M. I don't know where this thing came from. It's a sandwich. Okay. Anyway, I want you to buy one. So whatever you want to call it, I'm fine with it. And the English muffins are beautiful, and they make them in the back. It's not like there's no Thomases being forked apart back there. They're like scratch. It's legit. It's really good. Worth it.
It's only $5.
Right. And like Luke's wicked competitive when it comes to the breakfast sandwich scene in Auburn. So he's like, mine's going to be bigger and better and more awesome. And so it just keeps growing. Like, I think I could probably have it for all 3 meals.
It's perfect size right now. But I will say, we crafted a vegan breakfast sandwich with an egg that we create out of tofu and cornstarch. It's like
and other things.
Egg, but it's very I'm not giving all the things.
Yeah, we're not giving away all of it. But like you just gave away the 2 things that are probably the least appetizing. Like, it's cornstarch and tofu. Yeah. What are you doing?
That's the base of it.
There are other things in there that make it taste delicious. And surprisingly egg-like.
It's as close to the real thing as I think you could probably get.
All right. I mean, those are bold words. I could probably beat you. Okay, let's define chemicals. What does that mean?
Okay, all right, because you think some food additives are not
food additives. These are all derivatives of food. So when I add tapioca maltodextrin to something to change the texture of it, that is still food. That is a food additive. But you know what? So is carrot juice. Food additive. Sorry, but the chemical thing, all food is chemicals. Don't. I do know what you're talking about, but you make me crazy with this.
Speaking of chemicals, Angela's asking about the gin cocktail.
Oh, Luke, do you have some extra gin where you could do a demo on the sour cherry gin fizz? I can walk you through it. I know you've got the shrub. I know you have the gin, and you have the stuff.
I'm drinking some gin as we speak, actually.
Perfect. So the gin is from Last Shot Distillery, one of our favorites out there in Skinny Atlas. And the sour cherry shrub is from Finger Lakes Harvest, which is Dorothy Poppleton. Beautiful stuff. Again, cold pressed combined with organic apple cider vinegar, and they they ferment that over a very long period of time at very cold temperatures, again, to keep those antioxidants. So you're getting some health with your alcohol, which I think is positive. It balances it out. It's the shrub, 2 ounces of that in the bottom of your glass with ice.
If you hold on 1 second, I'll grab the stuff and put one together.
Perfect. I would love it for you to put one together. But Angela, if you're just making this happen, just do like a 3 count of the shrub and then a 3 count of the gin and top it with the lime seltzer, which is my favorite. That's Hal's lime seltzer out of New York. Love that stuff. I'm obsessed. It is not very sweet. This is a relatively sour drink. So if you like it a little sweeter, add more of the sour cherry shrub. There's natural sugar that's happening in there. That'll help. Or you could add maple syrup. I also like that. I'm with Shakela on that. I would put it on everything. When you say 3 count, you mean 1.5 ounces. Yes, roughly. Yes. But you know, freedom of expression. This is why we're making these at home. But if you want it like the way you're supposed to, yeah, I suppose. Or how sweet you like things. I would say 3 count of each, like equal parts.
Making it right now?
He's definitely making it right now, Abner.
Definitely making it.
You're making it in podcast form, by the way, because no one can see anything. So you're going to have to describe it, Luke.
It's a really nice set of chairs.
I'm gathering the ingredients.
This is the show of Luke's chairs.
Chat, or Luke, take your camera around with you. Show us the market.
The market. You should literally rename it.
There's only one.
You think we should call it the market?
The market.
So I have everything. That's good right there. I have everything but the lime. But so basically, a couple ounces of gin. It depends on if you have to drive or not. That's the way I look at it.
There you go. Just get it. You got it. There you go.
Out. There's no
it's
driving.
a small bottle. You might as well finish it. This shrub I actually drink like every day in water. It's very good for anti-inflammatory.
It's the reason that we had to order more despite COVID.
Yeah, exactly. But also delicious.
Yes.
And I would give it a squeeze of lime, and then this is it. And
beautiful.
Stirred, not shaken.
Okay, thank you. That's lovely.
That is the cocktail.
The shrub is from Finger Lakes Harvest, which she is out of, I want to say she's out of Seneca Falls. She is at the Syracuse market, but you know where you can get this shrub is at Pure Market and Eatery in Auburn, New York. So, you know, if you're willing to take an extra drive tomorrow, Sandy, maybe pop out. I'm just saying, pop out and visit Luke. Luke, what time are you open tomorrow?
We are open at 9 tomorrow, 9 to 2.
Till 2. So maybe a morning drive. I will link the website for that though, because one, they're awesome. They're an incredible small business here in Central New York. But she has a listing on there of all of the festivals that she goes to and the markets. So I'll link that website. Just give me 1 second.
All of their products are really good too.
Totally. I just tried the blueberry one for the first time. It's amazing.
Is that a shrub or a tonic?
It's a shrub. She does that turmeric tonic. I like that, but man, it's intense. This is her Facebook, which she usually, I just linked it to you privately, Sandy. But now I'm going to put it to everybody because other people care about this too. Totally. But anyway, so this is Finger Lakes Harvest. That's Dorothy Poppleton, and I can't remember the gentleman's name, but Dorothy and I go way back, like 20 years back, so ridiculous. But she started that company basically because she wanted to provide something that was unique and full of antioxidants and health, and also is a throwback. So shrubs were popular in the 1800s, and it was a classic, like something that you would just drink on its own. Not necessarily alcoholic, but really good for you as a health tonic. We kind of grew out of that, and now, you know, we're a little bit bougie and a little bit hipster. So some of us are getting back into that. But honestly, the reason that I drink them, I think Luke drinks them because they're hipster and bougie. I drink them because they're delicious. But
I like it because it's delicious, but also like it is good for your body, like on top of it. So like I think it changes the alkalinity, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your stomach and everything else. So like it aids in digestion. But the sour cherry is good for like sore joints and all that stuff.
So it's interesting because when you drink acidic things or take in acidic foods, when you digest those things, it actually turns to an alkaline. So it's really kind of curious. That's why drinking lemon water in the morning, if you're not a fan of lemon water in the morning, a shrub might be a nice alternative. It really does aid in a lot of everything that we do. We take in a lot of things that are naturally alkaline, and therefore we are acidifying an already acidic environment. So adding something that is acidic but then becomes alkaline, see how this gets confusing, it works. All right, so with that,
I can second that, Sarah. So every morning I do hot lemon water. So that's the first thing. You don't want to put, I love coffee. I'm a coffee fanatic, right? But coffee is acidic. It's like one of the most acidic things, right? But if you wake up in the morning with a hot lemon or lime juice, it literally flushes out your system. It wakes up all of your organs, and it gives you energy too. So you could do it throughout the day. So I second that. Lemon water in the morning.
I love it. And that's coming from a yoga instructor and a juice girl. So like, I mean, double whammy there. Double whammy. Love it.
I hope she wasn't dissing the coffee guy over here though.
She's not dissing the coffee. I love the coffee guy. I love the coffee guy. I can't live without the coffee. I'm excited.
2 cups a day. I drink 2 cups of coffee a day. So
I never get offended.
No? Abner, we haven't hung out enough. Just trust me.
No,
Give it time.
this is the thing. With my coffee, coffee is something personal. And if people don't like what I have, it's not for them. That's how
It's subjective. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it is very subjective. Yeah. So
yeah.
So
I get that.
I'm always like, yeah, it's fine. No big deal.
But deep down inside, you feel it.
Actually, no.
Wow. I want whatever you're having.
I just feel like, okay, so I guess you don't know what you're drinking.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Rachel's asking if we can buy your coffee online after.
Yeah, you can go to argetascoffee.com and then
I will link it for you guys.
We made that website, and my story is there too, and how everything started. So
awesome.
Argetascoffee.com.
Before
John,
I know you guys talked about the thing, but sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you're
I was
good.
just looking about the tamales, and actually the tamales were made by the Mayans, way back then. That's what they say online.
Really?
So
they
tamales are Mayan?
Yeah, they call it tamale. Tamale, no tamales. They call it tamale. That's a Nahuatl language. They originated, I was looking, and originated right by in Mexico, Guatemala, and Mexico, South Mexico and Guatemala, where the Mayans were. So it's pretty cool.
Huh. Very cool. Very cool. I know you're very
Makes
into the Mayan culture and history. You have a lot more tech than I do on that. Thank you, Chad, for linking that. I'm going to take a couple of minutes here. We're going to pause and let everybody kind of settle in, let some other people in, and then we're going to do some introductions and get things started here in the next couple of minutes. But I'm just going to take a brief step away. So I will be back. Luke, I'm leaving it in your capable hands.
I don't know how capable I am, but
If you guys talk about the weather while I'm gone,
That's
dead.
the first thing we're going to talk about. And then we also, John Nudd. So Rachel Nudd asked about buying coffee online. Now, John Nudd is Rachel Nudd's husband and my brother-in-law. So, John, if you can hear me, Rachel is about to start another very expensive monthly coffee habit, and I support her because I want to support this coffee shop. She should cancel the other subscription and switch it over to this one. But just be aware, that more coffee is about to be purchased. When John
that
found,
might be true.
Yeah, when John found out, like, Rachel, what was your monthly coffee spend? What was it? Or was it, how much was it per bag? Could you want to share with the group?
It was $14.99 a bag plus shipping, but a total a month. I probably spent about $65 a month. So
John never knew this. And the moment that she divulged that price point, and I looked at his face, and it was like she told him that his children weren't his. They were someone else's. He was so shocked by the amount of money that Rachel spends on coffee. But I support this as a fellow coffee drinker. It's the thing that starts your day. You should certainly spend some money on it.
It does. It has to be good.
That's right. All right, Luke, that's all the filler I've got. It's up to you now, Luke.
Well, Abner says that's cheap. She should be spending more.
Oh!
If you go to a drive-thru every morning and you get yourself a latte, it's at least $3 or $4.
Yeah.
So every day you multiply that by, I don't know, a month. That's quite a bit of money.
Yeah. Now, Abner, does your coffee, you have whole bean and ground both?
I do ground. If you specify that you want a ground in the email, I will get a ground for you. But if you want it just whole bean, I just do whole bean.
That's what Rachel orders. She's a whole bean because her husband every night, well, he does it at night. Now that, I don't know, Abner, if you would agree that's a crime. That's okay? Okay. Every night, he hand grinds the beans for her so that the next morning, all she has to do is pour it into her French press and make her coffee.
Does
she like cold brew?
Do you like cold brew, Rachel?
I love cold brew. I don't know how to properly make it.
Very simple. Very, very simple. They make it very complicated, but it's not. So what I tell people at the market, very simple. One thing you do is any bag of coffee, you grind it really coarse. And what you do is get a gallon of water at the store, get a quarter of the water out, pour the whole bag in it, and the next day leave it for 24 hours. The next day strain it, and then you just mix it with water, half and half, or ice, whatever you want. And you want to do a straight shot. It's really strong, so you will get about half a gallon. That will last for quite a bit because it's very concentrated.
That's awesome.
Half a gallon.
Very simple. Very simple. And then you got a lot of coffee there, and like I said, it's not that complicated.
Yeah, Abner's going to put Starbucks out of business.
You know what? Honestly, when we do big catering events, I cold brew the coffee ahead of time.
It's like 18 hours. Yeah, it's 18 hours. And one thing is, my coffee. Well, see, this is the thing. Can I talk about coffee a little bit?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
So coffee, like for instance, I will tell a little bit of the story. Like
we'll save your story till later when everybody gets on here.
Oh, okay.
So we got to do the first course, but
okay. So pretty much coffee is like we were talking about. It's very up to the individual. That's my take on it. And so coffee, like in Guatemala, depending where it grows, that's the quality. The quality of coffee is determined by how it's what it grows, the variety, and how it's processed. Because along that line, depending on how it's processed, the wash process or the fermentation process, it can get ruined. And coffee is very, very, very susceptible to all the odors around where it's stored. And so if it's not properly dry, it can get humid. That will bring down the quality. So all kinds of things to involve for a good quality coffee. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Abner. We're going to touch base back with you on coffee and then on tamales and maybe on my history. I don't know. It's gonna get crazy in here. But first, I know that we've got Habiba here, and we're gonna get ready for course 1. So this is the time, everybody, for you to go to the kitchen and to get out your saute pan, to put a 1/2 inch of oil or so, could be a little bit less. I'm gonna let Chef talk about that in a moment. But this is Habiba Boru from Habiba's Ethiopian Kitchen. This is on North Salina Street. She is live in her restaurant kitchen during service because she is a warrior queen. She made these sambusas happen I can't even talk about how fast and all by hand and all by her. Just amazing chef and woman, and I'm so excited to talk to her. Not Luke. Chad, can we unmute Habiba, please?
Yes.
It's the one with the commercial kitchen. There you go.
Where is she?
Chad, did Luke take your brain?
No, I'm looking for her. Oh, there she is. Got her.
Right under Luke to me.
Ask to unmute. I have asked her. There she goes.
Wait, hit it
Sorry,
one more
Habiba.
time.
One more time. It's my fault. You're
go.
perfect. There you go.
Hi,
Habiba.
everybody. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. Exhausted, ready to go home very soon.
Yeah. You close at 7, right?
Yes. So we basically just finishing up with some of the last customers, and then I'm all yours.
Yay! I'm excited about that. Thank you so much for doing this.
You're very welcome.
The sambusas yesterday, and they are delicious and amazing and spicy. I want to warn everyone, spicy. So be
I don't think
prepared.
they're that spicy.
Was that
I
really
thought they were
spicy?
I'm a wuss.
I mean-
I'm a wuss.
I'm a wimp too, but
Carol
That is
Clinton,
not
they
as
are too spicy for you. Be very careful. Okay, so tell us about your dish and then about your restaurant, all the things.
All right. So hi everybody. My name is Habiba Boru. I am the owner of Habiba's Ethiopian Kitchen, originally from Ethiopia. Came to this country at the age of 14 as a refugee from Ethiopia, so from sun to snow. Been here ever since, and today what I'm going to be sharing with you is called sambusas. Sambusa is a pastry appetizers that look just like that in your little box that you guys have in front of you. The way I learned how to make these sambusis, or how I happened to fall in love with them, is growing up in a refugee camp. My mother used to make this for us when we were not even able to get a proper meal during the day. So if we were able to get at least one of this would be our meal for the day. And we were very appreciative of it. And just watching my mom do all these things in a refugee camp to keep the roof over our head, I wanted to continue the legacy.
Hold on just a second. We'll take care of that. There you go.
So I wanted to continue the legacy, and basically when my mom was in a refugee camp, she had a small space that was called Habiba's Hotel. So in Africa and in Europe, hotel means restaurant. And she named it after me, and she used to make little stuff just like this and what I make in the restaurant today to keep the roof over her head. So I wanted to keep the legacy and to make her dream come true, to open this restaurant here in the country that's very well advanced and is full of opportunity. So this is what I'm going to be sharing with you today.
Beautiful. Love it. Okay, so that was way more emotional than I was prepared to take in this moment. But thank you so much, because it really does put it to the forefront of like why we wanted to do street food and why we wanted to put chefs like you in front of the camera and your food in people's homes, because this is an intimate experience, and we wanted this. So thank you. As always, you're bringing it. I love it.
Thank you for having me.
So what do we do?
So what you're going to do is you're going to take your sambusas, and either it could just be in the box as is and just pop it into the microwave for about 20 seconds, or take it out and put it on a small plate, just like this, and warm it up. So mine, I pulled it out a little bit ahead of time before you guys and kept it in room temperature, so it's nice and warm enough for me to fry.
So that's so that the middle gets warm all the way through, right?
Yes.
While the outside gets crispy.
Exactly. Because you don't want to put it in the oil while it's cold in the inside. So what's going to happen, it's going to be nice and gold on the outside, but it's going to be chill in the inside. And you don't want to have something like that.
Right. That's just disappointing.
Yep. And the chicken and the veggie inside the sambusas are already well done and cooked, and it's complete. You just have to get your pastry to get golden.
So there's nothing to be afraid of with this?
Yes, nothing at all.
Okay. Because we've got home cooks and there's oil involved and then fire.
Yes.
And I can feel the nerves of some people.
Yep. So So what I have here for you right now, I was already frying some sambusas. So I have my skillet or my pot, whatever you guys want to call it. The oil is already in there. So what you need is you probably need about half cup of oil or a cup of oil, depending on how big your
right.
your
So you want
container is
about a
that you're
1/4
using.
inch to a 1/2
Yep.
inch. Like for a pan
Yep.
fry, that's pretty traditional.
Exactly. Yeah. So right before I was talking to you guys, I was frying some sambusis for some of my customers. So my oil is already nice and warm, and
Beautiful.
my sambusa is already nice and warm. So if you guys follow along, so all we're going to do is, here you go.
So everybody at home, if you just turned your oil on, wait a few minutes, let it get hot.
Yeah.
Yes. So how do you
Absolutely. Just
test to
wait.
see if the oil is hot enough?
I'm about to show you. So
Ooh, I love
do you
it.
see how your sambusa is made, and then it has this little piece that's hanging over here?
Yes, beautiful.
Cut a tiny piece from it, just like that. This is the way my mom used to make it, by the way. So I learned all this stuff from her.
Love
so
it.
you cut a tiny piece from it, just like this, and you come and you just drop it into the oil. And my mom said, once it comes up, that means it's ready.
Beautiful.
So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and place my sambusa into the oil. And you see what's happening? It's ready. It's coming already.
It's popping right up and bubbling.
Yeah.
As the
Bubbling up.
moisture kind of escapes that. So at home, if you've got 1/2 inch of oil, it may rise just up off, but you're just waiting to see those bubbles start to dissipate. So you're going to see really large bubbles in the beginning, and then they're going to get smaller.
Exactly. And you will need something like this, or like some tongs, or something to basically flip it with.
We always call that a spider, but I don't know what home cooks call that. Does anyone? What do you call that? Like, Chab, what do you call that? You're muted. There you go.
Wow, was I just shamed as the home cook? Is that what
yes,
happened right
you
there?
Have, you have been home cook shamed.
Unbelievable. I mean, now I would call it a spider, but before, I don't know, a strainer I might call it. I don't know.
I call it a strainer too around here, to be
honest. Whoa, check it out. See that? Yeah.
And Habiba,
and to
he
be
doesn't
honest,
need any help.
The fact that English is my second language, actually not my second, my third language, I struggle with some of the stuff around here. And sometimes I name it my own things. Like I just basically get a name out of my own dictionary and just, call it whatever I want to call it.
I get accused of that
what
all the
language
time.
is your is English your third language too, Chad?
Yeah, well, redneck like ice in my red wine is my first language, and
you're hurting me.
Yeah,
physical
right.
Pain.
Exactly.
Physical pain. So you see how the bubbles. So I was taught that this is to notice that the action in the pan has gone down, so there's less action happening, right?
Exactly.
So it's getting close to being done.
Yep, absolutely. So as you know that the bubbles are disappearing, that means it's cooking well and it's almost done.
Beautiful. So this is it's so scary for home cooks. I remember when I was a teenager and I was doing this for the first time, how do you know, and you don't want to take it out and have it not be done. So that microwave trick in the beginning, really handy to get that inside kind of warmed through. I've never heard of that before. That's super smart.
Yeah. And as you see, it's nice and golden on both sides. You see that? And you don't want to make it too golden, more than that. So this is a perfect. So you turn off your stove and voila, look at that. Nice.
Beautiful.
Yep.
In French training, we would call that doré. That's like a perfect golden brown, not too
nice.
Doré.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Nice. Yep. So this is perfect. So from here, what we'll do is I'll just take this and put it on my plate just like that.
Beautiful.
Okay. And it's so basically it came out of the hot oil, so you don't want to mess with it. You don't want to touch it. You don't want to get burned. You do not want to burn your mouth, because if you have been there before, you know how it feels once you burn your mouth and you try to eat something hot or hot food. It's not fun. So you let it cool. Just give it about, 3 or 2 more minutes. Once it's nice and cool, just take a fork, take a knife, just, break it just like that and eat it. Or as I do it at home, I basically just grab it just like this. It's already nice and
You have
crunchy.
chef hands right there. You have chef
Oh
hands.
yeah. Oh yeah. These hands, you don't know what these hands have been through. So these hands they can handle literally anything right now. So it's nice, and you just go at it.
Awesome.
Mm.
How'd you do?
Oh my god. Amazing. You hear that crunch?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Oh my god, amazing.
Love
I'm
it.
always
Amazing,
envious.
guys.
I'm always envious of people who can say like, well, my mom taught me all these recipes and my mom was the worst cook in the world.
My mom was
I don't
not. She
think-
was pretty amazing, but maybe
gonna-
not quite the same level.
No, I am gonna give her credit here too. The camera skills, whilst you did all the things with the food, and then the storytelling. That's like, yeah, that's top notch right there. It's really good, really good.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome, Habiba. Thank you. So can you tell us, so where is your restaurant? How can people find you? How can we support?
My restaurant is located on 656 North Salina Street, Syracuse, New York. You can find us on our website too, basically, what is it? www.habibaskitchen.com. And we're
Yes,
on
it is.
on Facebook, again, Habiba's Ethiopian Kitchen. We are on Instagram, Habiba's Ethiopian Kitchen. You can find me anywhere. So
She is everywhere and a rock star. So
Thank
your
you.
restaurant is open typically until, so what are the normal hours?
So usually our hours used to go until 9 p.m., but due to COVID, we have cut our hours short. We are running business from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Tuesday through Saturday. And then we're closed Sunday and Monday.
Beautiful. I'm glad you're taking 2 days off. Good for you. Thank goodness. Dude, I get it. So do you do delivery? Or are you on any of the apps?
We are on Grubhub.
Okay.
We are on Grubhub. Unfortunately, we're not doing any deliveries right now, but you can come and pick up. You can find us on Grubhub, and Grubhub can deliver it for you.
Okay. Awesome. So if you're in the Syracuse area and now you've had Habiba's food, maybe you're not as wussy as I am. Like, I'm gonna have to order special ones where it's like, please, I'm sorry. I'm ashamed of my weak palate, apparently.
You're fine.
But thank you so much for participating in this, Habiba. Your food's beautiful. You were right on time with everything, like the warrior queen boss I knew you'd be. And I'm just thrilled. Total natural. Amazing. So we're gonna open up the tables for everybody. It's beautiful. This is a crunch still. It's awesome.
It's like she knows exactly when to do it. I swear to God. It's so crazy.
She's like, and by the way, crunch.
There's no coaching needed with this lady.
No,
It's unbelievable.
She's fantastic. She's fantastic. I love her.
We gotta wait for that moment of silence.
Yeah.
That's it. It was beautiful. All right. So
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Go home, have a beverage, enjoy, like take a break, take a minute. I feel you.
Say that twice. Thank you.
I totally
Thank
do.
you, guys. Enjoy.
All right, thank you. So we're gonna open
bye.
up the private tables. If you would like a private table and you didn't reserve ahead of time, Chad, the tech guy, is the guy to talk to. So if you send him a message and say, hey, I would like to sit with so-and-so at whatever table, he'll assign you one. There are a couple people who have pre-assigned tables, and we will open those up. But for the most part, we want everybody to have a minute. I know that you're pan frying at home, and it's the first time that we've done this. There's some nerves happening. I can feel it. So take a moment, enjoy, and we're gonna just take a brief, deep breath in the meantime. This does not mean we're talking about the weather. Although, Rachel, I am curious as to what the coffee subscription is that you bought into, because I bought into one recently, and I'm curious.
Okay, just to clarify, I just ordered a couple of bags of I'm a light roast kind of guy, so I ordered a couple of bags of light roast from Abner's shop. It was quick, it was easy. I have not yet told Lauren about it, so I don't have to worry about her being upset that I just spent some money on coffee, but hey, whatever.
It's fine. It's fine. I tried to buy you a bag. I sent you a bag.
Well, it's fine. Now I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna make the coffee. I'm gonna go to the cellar, find Michael, and just sit there and look at him and sip my coffee, and then eventually maybe he'll, cop to what he did.
So I would like to later. So Abner, I want you to be listening, but don't answer just yet. But so I followed the trick where, and I told Chad to do this, I don't know, last year sometime, but I add a little bit of salt to the bottom of my French press. Kosher salt. I'm just saying, large crystals.
Yeah.
Right? If you're mad at me, I just want you to like hold it in. Okay?
No, Abner, please don't be mad.
The best.
I put a ridiculous amount of salt in my coffee. It's like every day. I take, like, the 3-finger pinch, like it's one of those. It's a hefty size 3-finger pinch, and this is for a cup, and it's right in the coffee. I do put heavy cream in my coffee, Abner. I'm sorry if that's a sin, but man, when you put that cream and salt together in coffee, there is nothing like it. Oh.
So my thing, I told you, you say you ordered light roast. So the light roast coffee, when any company is looking for high-end quality coffee, they will get light roast.
Why?
Because it's not burnt.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, that's just my opinion.
They will roast the coffee. Like, there is to know about the coffee, everything, like the fruiting, like any.
Oh,
is he lagging out for you,
I think
Chuck?
he's lagging out. Yep.
Yeah. We're just getting Luke's face looking very serious right now.
Luke is very serious about this. He's like, you better listen to Abner. He is talking to you about coffee.
So I'm getting a bunch of messages about people that love the heat in the sambusas. I ate the veggie one yesterday, quite a bit of the veggie one for dinner, and it was a lot for me. But again, I'm super excited that people are enjoying it. If anybody who is still with us in the main room would like their own private table to go and chat with their friends, I know we have a bunch of people in those rooms right now. You can message Chad, the tech guy, who happens to be my brother, in case you hadn't noticed.
This rapport doesn't happen naturally. It's inborn.
Sometimes. So the hummus and the grape leaves, I'm glad you brought this up, Sandy, because those are from Sinbad's restaurant, and they are amazing. That hummus, I mean, I'm a snob for most things, but it's in particular hummus. And I'm obsessed with Sinbad's hummus. Thankfully it's like 2 blocks from my house, and I'm grateful at the same time. It's not great for my wallet, but whatever. Hummus with the flatbread, amazing.
Is Habiba coming back for question and answer?
Later on, yes.
Good. I just adore her.
I know, I do too. She's amazing.
She's really good.
She's like,
between her and Maria, I swear to God, like whoever's next, like,
we got all dudes next, so step it up, guys.
Better bring it.
Abner.
Abner will be fine. I'm not worried about Abner. He's got fire.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, he's got fire.
Good. All right, so we are at about 7:20. 7:23. In about 4 to 5 minutes, we're gonna, maybe 2 to 3 minutes actually, we're gonna let everybody kind of come back in, and then it's going to be Abner's turn to talk about coffee. And I know you have a lot to say, so I hope that you've narrowed it down.
The problem with me is with coffee, I can talk all day.
I know.
I get customers at the market, they come in and they're like, we just talk, and all of a sudden there's people lining up, and I'm like, oh.
Sorry, I have a job to do. Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to have him talk about the heating the tamales first.
Yeah, we got to talk about tamales.
And then talk about
don't eat the leaf.
Don't eat the leaf.
He's very worried about people eating the banana leaf. Listen, these are dining inside out guests. These people are intelligent. They're here.
I'm not saying that, but there is people that might not know. They can just take a bite.
No, it's true. It's true. I had a restaurant owner one time try to eat the corn husk in a tamale that I made. Yeah, and she was like, "It's really tough."
No.
Okay, I'll be over here.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, So we'll get that going here shortly. I know we've got a couple people. Kyle just checked in, which is excellent. We've got one course to go, Kyle, until you're up, chef. So you are doing well. Hopefully you're slamming busy and really stressed out that you have to be here on virtual video because it's that awesome. So how is everyone with the frying of things? I love it. Love it. It's going to be great, Kyle. You're going to be amazing. Don't worry. Yes. Yes. Go. Welcome to the restaurant world.
Good old Friday night.
Yeah. What, we decided to do a virtual dinner on a Friday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whose idea was that?
COVID habits, man. Like Friday didn't used to mean anything. Now it's like, oh, we're here. We have things to do.
We're all good. We're ready to rock out, guys.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Perfect. I see some plates coming back to tables. I see some people enjoying. We're going to give everybody a couple minutes. Do not put a very hot sambusa in your mouth. It will ruin the rest of the courses. And you have that beautiful little baklava to finish. I'm obsessed. They're so pretty.
I really
I
need
ate more of them today for lunch.
Did you? I've never made anything so tiny and beautiful at the same time. I'm really jealous. The guy has skills. Chad, you should go immediately to the fridge and just get the baklava and bring it back.
I'm actually going to check to see Lauren's location to see if she's actually in the house.
Really? This is what we're doing? We're checking to see her location.
This is the beauty of technology. I don't have to get out of this chair. I can just pull it up. You know, find my wife. Where is she? Hang on.
That's messed up. Does she know how to turn that off?
No, she doesn't.
No, she has no idea.
And she is on her way home at this moment, so that box will be absconded with in like T-minus 5 minutes.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yep.
Listen, she might share with you. There's
I promise you. All right. I'll tell you what. If I see her, like walk towards my office door, I will stop whoever is in the middle of talking, and I will bring her in, and I will show you that she's literally putting baklava into her mouth. Or she's not even going to come tell me about it. She's just going to stay in the house and just like.
Because Kyle's dish is, there's raw shrimp, I think marinated calamari, and then some sous vide, maybe steak pieces, but they look pretty rare to me.
So they all got to be cooked, right?
There's some cooking involved, which I think saves you.
She will not eat any of that.
Just to clarify, we sous vide, par cooked the shrimp. The squid is fully cooked. It's sous vide. That's why it maybe looks a little.
No.
This is the question, Kyle.
This is not helping, Kyle.
If it looks like it's not cooked, even if it is cooked, that's fine. Because Lauren, like, when she opens the refrigerator or the pantry, she sees nothing unless it's ready to eat. So, like, for example, I happen to have a slice of good old-fashioned American cheese, right? This is a staple. Doing? I just don't ask questions, okay? This is a staple for Lauren because she knows that when she sees this in the fridge, she can pull this out and immediately put it in her mouth, and she doesn't have to ask any questions. But if it's anything else that requires actual cooking, she's like, I'm out. She won't touch it. So
that's
I promise
not even cheese.
Oh, no, I know. But I'm just saying, it's ready to eat, so she'll eat it. She is going to eat the baklava, and that's probably it, which is good for me because I'll be able to eat the rest of it later.
There you go.
So in the written instructions, everybody, if you did not purchase the flatbread, you want to, and you do not have a microwave, there's a lot of if-then with this one, you want to turn your oven on to heat up your tamale. The tamale is wrapped in foil on the outside, and then it's wrapped in a banana leaf on the inside. You do not want to eat the banana leaf. Abner is very concerned that people will eat this, but I believe in all of you, and we've done this before, so I know that you'll be fine. Don't eat the green thing. This is like the first time in your life that's ever been told to you, and you're welcome. Don't eat the green. Good.
Also, don't eat the tin foil.
Also, don't eat the tinfoil, but more importantly about the tinfoil. So Luke, thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Luke has decided that, microwaving is the best way to go about this. But my little brother, not Chad, has lit many a thing on fire in the microwave, including tinfoil, including a chocolate chip cookie. I didn't even know it was possible to light a cookie on fire. Just like 5 minutes in the microwave, you too can light a cookie on fire and have your microwave ruined and your house smell like burnt chocolate forever. It's not a nice thing.
Time. Yeah.
Grapes go plasma in a microwave.
I've never seen that. I can't even imagine. But I have grapes. I don't have them.
I don't know how we're not all dead as children. Like our parents had probably legal grounds to end our lives a number of times.
Definitely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's 4 of us, so it was like just pandemonium. Like what? I don't even know how they survived. But so if you are going to microwave, and we're going to do a demo, but you're going to take it out of the foil. If you are putting it in the oven, you're leaving it in the foil, but you're not going to eat the foil or the banana leaf. All right, I've said it all. Abner, we're good. You're safe. There's no like liability attached to this.
Well, this has all been recorded as well. So we've recorded the warning.
We have the proof.
And we'll have a recording of anyone who we see choking on a banana leaf. We will have that as well. So
thank you, Chad. Thank you so much. That's lovely. That's lovely. Really appreciate it. Okay, so now that I am incredibly nervous, and yes, please don't die. We should probably pull back from the breakout rooms, the tables, and get everybody back here.
All right, 1 minute, and they will be back.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go set up with Abner.
Perfect. I really wish I was eating this. I ate a tamal yesterday and they're awesome. I'm going to eat mine tomorrow. So like it's going to happen, but someday I'll figure out like how to have someone else making the things while I'm doing the thing.
No, that's what I need to get Lauren to do. The more I hear about this box, the more I'm expecting her to come in with the box and like hold it out in front of me and be like,
what do I do?
What do I do with this? Like, how do I turn this into things I can eat?
So to do street food, and do it in an authentic way, it required a lot more. That I might take you up on that. It required a lot more cooking a la minute or last minute, because what the beauty of street food is, you're on the street, you get it right off the grill or right out of the hot oil or whatever, and you're just kind of walking about. And that's what makes street food taste so great. So it wasn't the same as doing like braised or curried dishes where we could, let it be and reheat. It was, all right, how can we make this so that it's as fresh as possible? And I know that like Chef Kyle, for example, coming on for the third course, the main course later, like right down to the wire with like how fresh the vegetables were, how like slicing the steak, and then making the noodles. So these are house-made noodles that are happening. That pastry that was around that sambusa, also house-made. Like this is not stuff that they bought from the grocery store and threw together. This is as authentic and as close to the real thing that you would get on this in a street festival as possible. Really beautiful. I'm so excited to be a part of this event. Like just more than any of the others. And this is probably like the least fancy one we've done.
I was more excited about this one when we started too.
Yeah, it's just like
this is
the food I want to eat. Right, totally.
Right, it's the food you want to eat because it's small and snacky and like.
Totally.
It's not the stuff you make.
Move that quart container full of water to shift that a little bit. Is that someone's beverage? Because it looks like a kitchen drink.
No, it's water, just because we talked about steaming, but.
I get it. Are you ready, Chef?
I think so. Check out my farmer's market grab.
Yeah, what are you doing there?
Do you mean garb?
No, he meant grab. He went and bought all the pumpkins that they had.
Yeah. They always see me coming. They're like, oh, this guy again.
He's going to buy the whole window. All right. Well,
are you ready
for leave it to Abner and Luke? And I know, Abner, you taught Luke how to make these. I'm super jealous. I wish I was there that day.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Anyway, so the tomorrow is very simple. It's already made. It's all you have to do is heat it up. If you're gonna put it in the microwave, of course you're gonna take the oil out. What you need to microwave, you heat it up. Make sure you heat it up enough because it's very thick. So by being very thick, you might not get heated all the way in. So you kind of, you will start eating it, it tastes good, and then all of a sudden you're going to have something cold for you. I would say microwave, if it's frozen, it's going to be hard to take this, but if it's cold enough, room temperature, you will think about, I would say, at least 4 or 5 minutes in the microwave.
Yeah, from cold, I think I did them in 5 minutes, but we have a high temp microwave, so depending on your microwave, I would say 5 to 7 minutes.
And if you have, if you want to put it on the oven, you can actually, this is the cool thing, you can actually just put it like this without.
Hang on just 1 second, Abner. Luke, will you take your AirPod out and set it on the counter for me? I'm sorry to leave you in the dark, but we can't quite hear Abner.
Oh,
and I think it's picking up from both. There we go.
So
beautiful.
So what it is yeah, you can actually put it just like that. Just like that. Make sure that the top is up and just put it in the oven. The only thing is going to be hard to get it out when you get it up. So if you have a little tray, put it in a tray. That way you don't burn yourself. And
no one has cute little trays like that at home. I wish they did. That's the cutest little tray.
So pretty much what you do is just heat it up in maybe around 15 minutes, about 400. That's what I did yesterday, and it was frozen. So it took about 15 minutes, and it came out awesome. So
beautiful. Love it.
That's it. That's very simple. It's already made, ready to go. Microwave will be 5 minutes, and if it's cool, it's gonna be just great. You guys gonna enjoy it. So I shared it with some of my friends, and they're like, I swallow that stuff. One of my friends told me it was so awesome. So
beautiful.
Yeah. So
I ate one yesterday, Abner. They are delicious. So delicious.
One quick story with this is like I always tell people, it's like I was telling in all the videos when we were promoting the tamales, is that it's a very unique. You go to any party in Guatemala, like any celebration of any kind, and most likely you're gonna have tamales everywhere. And one thing is like in Guatemala is people just come. Sometimes you don't invite many, and then people showed up, and there's like 500 tamales, and they have the big pans, like huge, pans where they put all the tamales, and it's just crazy. But and for Christmas, for New Year's, for weddings and anything. So it's a big thing. It's a big old deal. So
beautiful. So the corn and tomato salad, Luke, I know that you made that. Are you with me?
You might tell him to put that back in.
There we go.
It should switch back to him.
So I was saying I made a little bit of corn and tomato salad to go alongside of it, or even on top of it after it comes out hot. So next, I think Abner wants to talk a little bit about his coffee and what his inspiration is, how he got started.
Yes, definitely. We would love to hear Abner talk about the coffee. For some reason, Luke's mic is not picking up 100%, but I'm going to talk over you.
So
we're used to it. Yeah, it's good.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
you're
we
good.
can hear you. You're good.
So my story, like story with coffee, will go way back there. My family, my great-grandfather, they started planting coffee in the 1920s. They bought that farm after a big earthquake in Guatemala. And so they backed horseback all the way to the mountains because they didn't want to live in the city. And so it took them about a month to get to the farm with that.
Wow.
Anyway, so the story goes way, way back there. So he started planting coffee. My dad, my grandpa planted coffee. One of the things that my dad did when he was a kid was that he was pretty much, he went coffee hunting. And what it was the coffee is a cash crop, so it was being sold for a while. So the birds will eat the seeds and will, plant them all over the woods. So my dad and my aunt went, and whatever my grandpa had planted, they weren't allowed to pick those, but they were in the woods and find whatever coffee bushes they find and pick them. And then he transport coffee in the back of the horses for like 30 miles, 40 miles in mountains that are like really, really, really tall.
Wow.
It took about 2 or 3 days with 4 horses, one way, and it's pretty much a whole week just transporting coffee. He did that for a while. Then, growing up, my grandpa sold out his property. We moved closer to town where I grew up, and making molasses, picking coffee, cutting the sugar cane for the molasses. So, as a kid, I grew up helping my dad. So I know how to do the fermenting, the depulping, the picking, everything about the coffee, as that part, and even making the holes, to plant the coffee with my dad. It wasn't a big farm. We got maybe, I don't know, I would say 2 acres, maybe an acre and a half. So for us over there, it's quite big. Anyways, then I moved to the United States, and I always see the, coffee people that do really well. So I'm like, we have really, everybody, if you notice, every roaster that started a roasting company, for some reason, they all of a sudden, it's a big old ordeal. And so when I started, my wife thought I was crazy. So she's like, coffee, I mean, coffee's everywhere. And I'm like, no, coffee is, but I can find something good and different. So one thing I noticed is that most of the companies carry a lot of coffee from different places. Like you go to a place and you have coffees from pretty much all over the world. And so I want to specialize in my area. So I'm from the region of Huehuetenango, which is it's a pretty cool area where, you have warm weather where we can find coconuts and tropical fruits. And then you go up the mountains, you get peaches and all the cold weather fruits. So it's a very unique area where I grew up. We don't have any volcanoes there, so the coffee there is considered not volcanic soil coffee. The other thing is, so I bought a little bit of coffee here in the States and started selling it to my friends. I'm still out of my living room, is my roasting room. And that happened because I was going to do it with my in-laws. And that's how I started the coffee. He taught me how to do it. I do what they call air roasting. I use air roasting machine. It's electric, the whole thing. My whole operation runs on electricity. So, and as of right now, I switched to, green energy. So pretty much I'm considered a green energy company. Anyway, so that's how
I'm really curious, Abner, about the honey roast, the honey process coffee. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So coffee, like I said, is coffee. I don't know if all of you familiar, but coffee is a cherry, and like in the cherry, we eat the regular cherry, we eat the outside, we throw the inside. The coffee, we throw the outside, we eat, and we drink the inside. Anyways, so the cherry, what you do is a big process. So you pick that, you bring it to what we call it the wet milling. So the wet milling, what happened when you have out of the wet milling is that you depulp the coffee, and it's a very tedious if you do it by hand. I did it when I was a kid, so I didn't like it. Anyway, so when you are at that stage, what you do is you gotta let the coffee sit, depending on the weather. It can be a day or 2. I was listening to somebody talking about it, and they were saying there was hours, and it's not. It's days, depending on how hot or how cold. And eventually, the coffee will come to a point where that mucilage needs to be washed out of the outer shell of the green bean, because the green bean has an outer shell that they call a parchment. And that's when you see people walking, or when you see videos of people walking on top of the coffee, that's covered with another shell they call a parchment. So that parchment is wrapped around the mucilage. It's like the sweetness of the coffee. So what we do with this honey process is, and that is what we do with this one, the specific one that I have, is that we do the wet milling, we ferment it, and then before all the coffee ferments, that's what I was going to, all the coffee ferment in order to be washed, to be, get the mucilage, so we get rid of the mucilage. So at some point, so we get it out of the fermentation process, and what we do with it, we dry that coffee with all that sweetness. See what I mean? So
Yeah.
instead of washing the coffee, so what we do is we dry it in African beds. That means that they're raised up and they have like a wire mesh underneath. That way air can circulate through it.
Yeah.
And so that the coffee kind of dries a lot slower, but it's dry air in a way.
Beautiful.
And
Yeah.
so what it does is that the coffee gets that fermented hint at the end, and it's very, very fruity. So
Right.
that's what happened. So that's what makes it a little bit different. Some people enjoy it, and some people don't. So the coffee tends to be very, very how do I say it? Very sweet.
So, Chad, this is the coffee that I sent to you that Michael is now holding hostage, apparently. Maybe he knows. Maybe he knows.
I'm sure he knows.
And so the coffee that you have is, so for instance, I was hearing about you putting salt on the coffee. I never heard that before, to be honest with you.
Oh, you should try it. It's so good.
Yeah, probably is.
I'm sorry if I'm ruining culture, but this is what I do.
No. It's like I said, coffee is a very up to date individual. It's, and that's why, everybody tells me, do you sell online? Do you do this? And I'm like, well, you look online, it's like a million companies. So what do you know? Coffee is like, you have to try it. You have to be able to drink it. And sometimes people don't pick up on the quality, even if they drink it once. You have to almost like drink the whole bag straight without changing. And then some people notice the difference. That's what happened to me with a lot of my clients. Like, friends of mine, like sometimes I'm pretty sometimes in a way generous. I don't give samples. Like when I give samples, I give a whole bag. So I like 12-ounce bag. It's like, oh yeah, keep it. It's fine. And so I give people a sample like that. Sometimes friends of mine, and they're like, they start drinking it, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, that was good. Because then they go back to what they were drinking and they notice the difference.
So you're getting people hooked on your coffee.
This
is what's happening. Yeah, the first one's free. I see this now. This is genius.
So what happened with coffee is that, for instance, like there is two kinds of coffee that are highly commercialized, and everybody talks about it. And it's the Arabica and the Robusta. The Robusta, it's a big bean. It doesn't have much of a flavor. It's very.
That's why they named it that.
It's very flat. It's very flat, and it has like a cardboard taste to it. And but it has twice the caffeine. It's very caffeinated. The Arabica bean is it has less caffeine, but it's much easier on people's stomach. So I always tell people, make sure, even if it's not mine, whatever you're choosing on drinking, go and find something that is 100% Arabica. Because what happens is, if you are a little bit sensitive to caffeine and you're drinking a coffee that is very caffeinated, it will make you a little jumpy. So that's what we do with coffee. So the coffee that I'm getting is very, how do I say? It's very unique in the sense where I get it. I get it at the highest point that we got coffee in my region of Huehuetenango. So what we do is, my cousin grows a little bit. He has some, but it's not enough. So he buys from quite a few farmers on a high elevation. Mostly I get mine from Finca San Martin. That's one of the highest points of where we find is about 1,850 meters above sea level. So it's way up. It's way up.
Yeah.
So what that does is so this is what I tell people. I grew up in more down the mountain, so it's very hot. Where I grew up, we get mangoes and all those tropical fruits. So growing up down the hill, so what it is the coffee that grows at low elevations is not, even when you go to Guatemala and you talk to people about coffee, everybody will tell you that the coffee that grows at low elevation doesn't have flavor. And the reason is because at high elevation, the lack of oxygen and and the colder weather makes the coffee ripe slowly. So for instance, and so that makes that stress the plant and sends sweetness to the fruit, and so that makes the coffee really good. So even though if you have a coffee farm, the you know, if it's a low elevation, that will, it's kind of like wine, pretty much, you know. And so
I understand. So coffee has terroir, is what you're saying, and I completely. Coffee has terroir, so the taste of the place, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess, bro. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that, but probably, yeah. And that.
Just trust me on this one. It's good.
If you ask to any expert, they will tell you the same thing. And the flavors are so. When you know, growing up, we have a lot of coffee all over. So the coffee that we have near my house, you chew it, and it's really flat, no flavor at all. Like the fruit is like very not flavory at all. But you go to a place of higher elevation and you chew that fruit, and it's superly sweet. So
beautiful. So coffee has a taste of place, which is the definition of terroir, or loose translation.
Exactly it.
Yes, and then I get that.
And then you can ruin it when you roast it. You know, you can ruin a good coffee, but you cannot make a bad bean taste good. That's if the flavors are on the grain, on the bean, it doesn't matter how much you tweak or don't tweak the coffee, it won't come out.
Abner, I have a couple of questions, and then we need to wrap up so I can go to the next course, because I know you, sir, and I know that you can talk about coffee for 3 more days.
Yeah, it's fine.
So one question came in wondering if this is the best coffee in the world. If Guatemalan coffee is the best coffee in the world.
My definition of the best coffee in the world is the one you like. Simple.
Oh, what a good, that is so diplomatic.
That's strong.
Well done.
The one you like. The one you like. That's the best coffee in the world. The one you like and the one you can afford. That too.
I love it. So some other questions on the tamales are: how are people supposed to eat any more after they have eaten a tamale for second course?
They're very fueling. Yeah, they're very fueling. So I don't know. I don't know. You gotta wait for tomorrow, I guess. If you don't have enough room.
Wow. No. So we're gonna get ready to switch to Chef Kyle here in just a few minutes. But in the meantime, everyone has said how delicious the tamales are. I've had tons of comments on that. So thank you so much.
484.
Can we mute Maria, please?
I got it.
Thank you.
There you go.
So thank you so much, Abner, for coming in, for teaching Luke how to make these. These tamales are different
I actually been doing my friends there. I kind of have an idea.
I mean, you were there. You were on the video, man. I saw it. But I think we might have lost him for a second. But regardless, we are going to get ready to go to yakisoba next. So if you've only eaten half of your tamale, or your tamal, set it aside. Have it for breakfast tomorrow with a poached egg over it. Trust me, it's amazing. It's my plan for tomorrow, and I know how big they are. So I get it. Moving on. Chad, are you still with me? Am I lagged out?
No, you're good.
Are we good? Okay, awesome. All right, so we're gonna get ready to shift to Chef Kyle, who is at Kasia Ramen. And again, this is our second restaurant tonight that is live and in person, and Kyle's place is open late. So no closing at 7 o'clock and like going home and having a beverage. That's not how he rolls. It's Friday night at Kasia Ramen, downtown Syracuse. It's pretty serious. Hopefully you guys got a chance to check it out. Those of you who did pickups there today, if you haven't been, it's amazing. It's one of my favorite places. I'm honored to have him with us. Kyle, are you ready? You've got about 2 minutes till, go time.
I sent him a request to start video. He hasn't responded yet.
Okay. Again, live in the midst of it. Yeah. There he is. Just unmute yourself, Chef, and you're good to go. Oh my God. I feel that. Oh, that's a lot of tickets, everyone. Dude, rock on. You got this.
We're it's we're here.
You're doing great, man.
Let me know when to start.
You've got about a minute and a half until you're ready to start, but we can wait for you.
I got walking in. I got kimchi salt and a pork bun. Sorry, I got.
No, you're good. It's legit, dude. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. All right, so are you ready to demo some yakisoba?
Yeah, we can get going on the yaki.
Cool. So some folks have vegetarian, some folks have omnivore. There's a couple of gluten-frees out there as well. So
yep.
We're just making sure we've got all of the pieces.
All right, you let me know when you guys are ready.
We are ready for you.
Take my mask off. Is that better?
Love it. Love it. I mean, the mask is great. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's better.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you guys could hear me or not.
Yeah, you're fine. You're good. Okay, so what do you have going? So we're going to go nice and slow, like kindergarten.
Okay.
Tell us what to do.
How's everybody doing tonight? We're here. I got some sesame oil and a little bit of butter heating up in our pan. Take a look. Say hi to Kasia, everybody.
Hi, Kasia.
So we're gonna let that oil get nice and ripping hot for our vegetables. Now, in the instructions, we had mentioned that we wanted to heat up some of the vegetables separately. We made a last-minute decision yesterday just because of quality of how fresh we wanted these vegetables for you guys, that we combined them all. So ignore that part in the instructions. We already par-cooked the carrots and the broccoli for you, so we won't have to worry about that. The longer cook time on the broccoli and the carrots. So we got our oil nice and hot here. Again, you want it to the point where you're about to see some oil. For those of you that have a flat top at home, lucky enough, you're good to go here. But otherwise, in your wok, this is perfectly fine, or a stainless steel pan, or even a nonstick. This isn't something that you have to be very picky about. It's pretty much the guesswork. We took it out for you. It's pretty much done. So those of you with vegetables, again, you're going to want to see. I'm about ready for heat here. If we haven't cooked our noodles already, that's something we do want to do. I have them here. I'm moving my camera here.
So if you haven't cooked your noodles, which you probably haven't,
now is a good time to do it. Yep.
Yep. You need to bring water to a boil in the background. So that's in your instructions, but I didn't give you a cue, so it's on me if we miss this. But bring water to a boil, not salted, right, Chef? Not salted?
Correct. Yes, we do not want to salt this water. Unlike Italian pasta or traditional sauerbraten pasta, egg noodles, whatnot. Our noodles already have the salt built in. I'll take you over here. It's actually a good little segue here. If you're still boiling your water, we'll give you a minute. I have a batch going right here. We had quite a healthy business today so far. So I'm actually making noodles as we speak.
Crazy.
So, Expo making noodles and then loving you guys here, Dine Inside Out.
It's awesome.
It's a
Love it.
Friday night, baby. So we're making some noodles here. Let me give you a little shot as why we're not adding salt. So this is actually what the exact noodles that you guys have at home. This is the dough. So for those of you that have made Italian pasta at home or whatnot, you'll see it's quite different. It's very low moisture. There's 80 grams of salt per. So it's about 10% salt mixture.
Oh, wow.
That's why we're not adding salt to the water. It's just not necessary.
Right.
Also, salt can change the volatility of your boiling water, as some of you may know. So you don't want to. We just want regular old straight normal boiling water because we need to be very, very quick with our cooking. You do not want to overcook these noodles. Undercooked would be preferable to overcook them, especially with yakisoba, because we're going to be heating up our noodles again.
Got it.
So I'm going to turn my heat back on.
So that's why the instructions have an ice bath. So you're dropping those noodles into boiling water for 32 seconds and then pulling out and shocking in ice water.
Yeah, we do not want these noodles to overcook. Also, for yakisoba, when we cook these noodles, we're doing the ice bath to shock the noodle. So we're tightening that cell structure back up. We're not letting it relax. So this way, when we hey Bobby, just puree, just grab the garlic puree real quick and maybe just smash some of the black garlic in there. Yeah, that'll be fine. Sorry guys.
You're good.
Putting out problems. So we want to firm up those noodles so that when we're stir frying them, they don't overcook because there's nothing worse than a chewy noodle in your yakisoba. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and we will add our vegetables in. And we got a nice hot pan there. So what we want to do with this is just kind of give it a nice stir. Again, this is all going to cook very quickly because again we have our pan ripping hot here. All right, so we don't want to leave anything to take too long to cook in here.
Right. So we preheated the pan.
For our vegetables. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Preheated the pan, butter, sesame oil. Again, we want all of our vegetables to have a little bit of snap, a little bit of crunch. We don't want to fully cook, something you might see in a puttanesco or Italian vegetable dish. Can you have that, please? Thank you. So now we are going to take, these are about good. So right when you see your vegetable sweat, that's when we want to add some salt and some pepper.
What does it mean to see them sweat, Chef?
So when you see a little bit of moisture coming out of your vegetables, let me flip the camera on here, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I'll get here with this. I'm not good at this Zoom thing. So you can see here, I think, yep, there you go.
Yep, totally.
We're not steaming up. We can see our little diced onions.
Awesome.
So let me put that back around. Sorry, guys. I wish I had somebody that do camera work for me, but we are getting our butts kicked right now. All right,
Dude,
so now
I'm
starting to see a little bit of color on our zucchini and our squash. And that is sweating as well as our peppers and onions. So now we want to go ahead and add our seafood. So let's add our seafood right now. Again, these are both par cooked. So our shrimp is a touch undercooked. That was done on purpose. That's to make sure that we're not serving you any chewy shrimp when you're sauteing here. But the calamari is fully cooked, sous vide style. We did it. I'm Italian by culture. All of our food has ends of a little this, a little that, a little that. Japanese culture is famous for doing this. If you look up all the Neapolitan pizza competitions in Sicily and in Italy right now, the Japanese are winning. And it's wild. It's taking the world by storm. So I'm kind of reversing that trend. I'm the Italian guy going for the Japanese food. But
love it.
What we did with the squid, the calamari here, is we did it like a fra diavolo sauce, but we did it like a miso fra diavolo, and we sous vide for 35 minutes at 135 degrees. So it's fully cooked,
beautiful,
deliciously tender. That's why it is so tender. All right, so what we're looking for here is for our shrimp to start getting that little springy texture. We want it to firm up here, get a little color on it here, and then be mindful to keep stirring your pans at home. You don't want any of your vegetables sticking, any kind of burn starting to happen. You can decrease your heat a little bit if you're uncomfortable with, ripping and ripping, as we say.
Ripping, that's what the chefs do. That's what we do.
So now we're going to add our steak. This again is sous vide. We marinated it for 24 hours in the vacuum sealed sous vide bag, and then we sous vide it for to bring that perfect mid-rare, maybe a little light on that. It's just my preference, especially when you're going to reheat. So with the steak, at this point where we just added it, our shrimp will be done at the same time that our steak starts to sweat and gets a little color on it. So we're right on time here for this. Again, you're going to start to see, I don't know if in the video you can see it, Chef, and let me know, but I'm starting to get a little smoke here. Everything, all the flavors are opening up. Starting to really smell what your dish is going to taste like at this point. So now we're going to add our sauce. And what a very important step to do before adding the sauce is we want to turn our heat down. So let's get our heat down to low, and then hit the sauce and immediately remove from heat and just kind of give a little stir up. A little bit of a toss. Again, if you're using chopsticks like we are here, just stir it around. If you have a spatula or tongs at home, that's fine too.
You can use a spoon. It's not blasphemous. It's
spoon fine too. Yeah. Whatever you're comfortable with. But let me get a little taste in here.
Beautiful. Look at that.
This is a very, very feel spot in the recipe. That's why there were a lot of instructions. We really want to kill that heat. See how our sauce has started to boil here? We do not want to take it past that. When sauces are heavy in soy, you want to be careful not to bring that flash point to where you're going to get that charred flavor. It'll just be overly salty and you're not going to enjoy your yakisoba.
For sure.
So now we will get our heat back to a mid to low, and we're going to add our noodles, toss, and be done with this bad boy.
Beautiful.
So noodles right in the pan, toss, pot, whatever you're using at home. Again, this is not picky food. And then use your chopstick, spoon, fork, whatever have you, tongs, and really get those noodles tossed in there. You know, like the Italian technique where we twist the pasta with the ingredients in the pans. You know, for your seafood dishes and your bolognese, like that's really nice. But you know, so you want to lift here too on the noodles just to make sure they're you know, not sticking. You're getting that sauce in everywhere. Right here, if you want to take some of your pasta water and add it to your noodles, if you're dealing with your pan being a little too sticky, if you did 2 orders in one, just throw a little pasta water in there. Or you can throw a little sriracha if you like a little more spice, a little more sesame oil, whatever have you. You just want to make sure that these noodles are nice and sticking. So when you pull them like this, you're getting a nice ball. You don't want them sticking together. That's making sure you're getting all that beautiful stuff in there. And not missing a bite where it's just plain noodles.
Right.
Again, in the streets in Japan, in the stalls, they have the big flat tops, and they're taking their tongs and their chopsticks and their spatulas, and they're chopping away. So again, you don't have to be super fragile with this dish either. I think that about does it. After that, I like to spin plate, just because, you know, I'm an Italian chef.
Oh, spin plate.
So,
this is fancy.
Little twist in your plate. I call it a spin plate. But just take your pasta and your ingredients and give them a nice little twist in the plate. Mix around those beautiful ingredients, and enjoy your yakisoba. But again, you should see a little bit of caramelization on your seafood. The calamari and the shrimp should have a nice, you know, a nice color, nice firm texture without being overcooked. Thanks to the sous vide. And yeah, I think that's it, folks. And, mine's a little rust because I'm about to get ready. But there we go.
It's beautiful.
So we have a little, you know, if we were here, I'd play a little more, you know, get one of these.
No, it's gorgeous.
But we're doing it at home, right? So
absolutely.
So yeah,
absolutely.
This is what we should be looking for. You see, with the technique of spinning the pasta and twirling, you get all those ingredients mixed into the yakisoba. You want every bite to have a little bit of something. Yeah, I'm gonna eat this after service. Trust and believe that.
God, I can't wait for it. Dude, I'm so excited. All right, so just a couple of questions. Like, what got you into Japanese food if you're an Italian guy?
Yeah, Italian guy from Philly, right? So when I was young, my godfather was very heavily into the martial arts Aikido, which is very rooted in Japanese culture. Very much more than just a martial art. You really do learn the Japanese culture, some philosophy, some language, some how to count, kind of their way of being. And their philosophy on life, according to the Aikido masters. So that got me really interested in the food as well. You know, just my heritage and working in kitchens. I've been in kitchens since I was 12 years old. So that just kind of sparked it. As later in life, as I was bouncing in and out of restaurants, one of my jobs where I tried to get out of restaurants was a touring musician. So being on tour.
Oh no.
You get this, yeah, right. I know, being on tour, you're always looking for a cheap meal where you can eat a lot. So, you know, I would hunt ramen. And being in Philly, we were always taking a quick train ride up to New York City. You're on a 40-minute train ride and you're in Penn Station. So I spent a lot of time in Ivan Ramen Shop, Mamakuku, all the other Jin Ramen, Zaya, all the you know, Ippudo. Just learning, and I'm a bit of an obsessive personality when it comes to diving into something. Once I get into it, I go all the way. I went hard into ramen and never turned back. And awesome. You know, still just every day, it's amazing just because how much I learn every day. You know, I still study with my 2 teachers in New York City who are both Japanese noodle masters, Chef Jin and Jin Ramen. It's a really good place to check out when you're in New York City in Harlem. Jin Ramen, Chef Katami is amazing. He was a soba master first, and now he's a ramen noodle master. So it's really
one question from another question from a guest. What does yakisoba mean?
Yakisoba is fried noodle. So that's pretty darn simple. Yeah. It's so soba is actually the noodle. Yaki is kind of like everything. So no direct 100% natural translation. It just says kasai is not a direct translation. Kai, our logo, is fire. Kasai is like an all-encompassing, all-consuming fire. But again, there's no direct translation to ours. But basically, it's everything noodle. A lot of times, it's what's left in your fridge, tossed with some noodles left over from 2 nights ago. And traditionally in the streets, you're seeing not leftovers, obviously, but steak yakisoba, chicken yakisoba. Surf and turf yakisoba is not so common, but you can find it. We kind of, like we do here at Kasai, we kind of wanted to take it in a little bit of our own direction with it, so you're not going to find sous vide in the streets in Japan.
Sure.
But
you made it fancy, chef. We know this. Yeah. It's cool.
So is that a soba noodle?
No, it's actually not. That's a common misconception. Yakisoba is always with, 99% of the time is with a wheat noodle. Soba noodle is of course a different noodle. But most of the time, yakisoba, people just think of the word soba as soba noodle, but it actually just means noodle. It is not a soba noodle. It is our same as you would come in here, Hakata style noodle. That's what we're getting here. You can do it with, we have a Kitakata style noodle, which is a higher moisture content, higher egg content. You can do it with one of those as well. But for most uses, you are finding a wheat noodle.
Awesome. So tell us just where we can find you. I'm going to send links to the website and Instagram and Facebook and all of that jazz, but where are you? Like for everybody who's not
we're
here.
We're at 218 Walton Street on beautiful Armory Square.
In downtown Syracuse. For those of you who are up in Utica and down in Corning and all that.
Yep. Right now we're still doing, we're working with the cities. We're doing weekends on Walton where we're shutting down the street to traffic and putting tables out. It's really nice. Still enjoy a nice hot bowl of noodles in the chilly air. It's really nice. So we're having fun with that with music on the weekends. But we have a beautiful restaurant here, 2 stories. We make our own noodles in-house. Come check us out. Come see us. But yeah, of course, normal venues, Ramen.com, Facebook, and Instagram as well.
And you can get delivery. I am just saying. It
yes,
happens
delivery.
Here frequently.
We do delivery through DoorDash. You can pick up. We also have our own delivery service. So with Chow
Awesome.
Now. So yeah, many different ways to find us.
Thank you so much, Chef. I really appreciate your time, especially in the middle of service. Go back to the things. If you have time later to pop in for questions, that's great. But if not, we will see you soon.
We'll do if we can. Bye now.
Cheers. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
So we're going to open up the rooms, Chad, so that people can go chat with their friends. And if they don't feel comfortable eating in front of us, I mean, we're not staring. It's fine. Luke's totally staring. Sorry.
A little bit.
Mark turned his camera off really quick.
Wow.
He was like, yes, and we're done. So I know that this is a much more intense in the kitchen experience again with street food, trying to be a bit more authentic. So you are cooking noodles from scratch. You saw the dough being made there. They are extruded right there. He waited a long time to get that noodle machine. I'm really excited for him to have it finally, because I know they were making them by hand for a while. It was a lot. So super busy place downtown. I highly recommend delivery from there. It never fails. It's always perfect. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Luke, how are you doing over there? Are you jealous of the noodle situation?
I'm back. I had to get Abner on the road and live with some care packages.
That's good. What'd you give him?
Some stuff from the market, and then his meals for tonight. Which
do you want to walk around the market for a minute?
What's that?
Like, do you want to walk around the market and show off your place since it's not like COVID shut down right now?
Sure, we can do that.
I'm just saying, like, no one's really seen it on Dining Inside Out so far.
They've seen this picture behind my head. That's about it.
Yeah, the Janissa Hart painting, which is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I love her, but that's really, we're just you and orange. I'm over it.
Okay.
You've got the mattress thing above your head, which I love, that you turned into a light fixture. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing that people talk about in here.
Yep, that's a mattress.
Yeah. And it was something I actually had. I love to turn garbage into artwork. So this is a mess right now, but this is the front corner where, people sit and lounge and kind of sit in the front window. Also where a lot of arguments happen, Sarah.
We call that the war room.
That's amazing.
That's the war room.
There's some photographs from people that Chris took pictures from
Oh
outside
yeah,
of like
we
from
were
across the street, us
It
yelling
was
at each other.
heated. It was heated. It wasn't yelling. It was just loud talking.
It was emotional.
It was emotional. Yes, it was definitely emotional.
Yeah. This is our little pickup spot for nowadays, anyways. And let's see. Of course, this is what I now call the prison cell.
Oh.
Where we take orders from people. And then over here, there's another little cute little nook back this way. Appropriate for Auburn.
Wow. Mark is on fire tonight. Holy cow.
He's just rolling it, man.
There's the kitchen back there.
Cute little window. You love it.
This is we appropriate call this the jam locker, where we sell pickles and jams that we either source locally or make here. Another cute little nook over there.
You know what? These nooks even have outlets now because I asked for them a year ago. So they now have outlets.
That one does, yeah.
One has an outlet. You're welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
I've been pushing really hard.
These are tables that we sourced the wood from like 200-year-old hemlock barn flooring from Kelly, who's my assistant, who's worked for me forever. We found it in her boyfriend's parents' barn. And I took like a year and built these crazy tables.
I watched those tables become tables layer by layer of resin and him going, it's not perfect. I'm going to redo it tomorrow. And then again, and then again, probably 400 times.
Luke, I need new tables for my dining room, but I need a table that is basically the width of both of those combined. Can you do that?
We have
for
a large
me?
family. Yes.
You're not going to want to hear the price and the time frame.
That's fine. It's all right.
Exorbitant and forever.
And forever.
So this wall is like, these are pictures I got from a farm that we do business with. They just have like a really great marketing company or marketing department at their farm. So like they always send all these postcards and stuff, and I save them because they're great pictures. I'm like, I just want to frame them. So I kind of did, and that's where they live.
His favorite. Tells everyone.
You can see.
He put all the shiplap up over there. He did all that himself.
This used to be a barbecue restaurant. It was like black in here.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Local
so
teas,
we serve
local coffee.
Gimme Coffee from Ithaca, and Finger Lakes Tea from Waterloo. And then there's that's the shrubs from Finger Lakes Harvest. So if you're looking for them, right there they are at Pure Market and Eatery. Who knew?
Yeah, Syracuse salt. We usually have more stuff on the shelf, but we just opened and kind of waiting. And then this is the case where you can get homemade salad dressings, meals to go, soups, any amount of random things that we're making on any given day. We do a lot of local beverages too. Again, these coolers are still a little light, but and that's pretty much it.
It's beautiful.
Constantly
now you
evolving.
feel like you've been in Luke's place instead of just at the painting area. Like here's this orange painting that I feel good in front of because it makes me look tan.
Orange is the happiest color.
It makes him look tan. That's why he does it.
And these are the coolest flowers ever.
Oh God, here we go with the damn flowers. All right. This is where I'm going to take a pause. I will be right back. Now you tell everyone about the flowers. I know you're excited about it.
I will. I am excited about it. I found these at the market the other day. They're called coxcombs flowers, and they last like, they're supposed to be for drying. I guess, I don't know. I think they last like 3 weeks or something, and then you can still dry them out. They're just really cool flowers, and I keep talking about them, and people are interested in them, and they come and see them, and Sarah picks on me for
Are people
talking about
actually interested, Luke, or do they just say that they're interested?
Well, I say, you're interested, aren't you?
Aren't these interesting? Look at these interesting flowers.
Yeah. It's funny the things that I notice that people don't. Like, I just have the personality where I see every like little thing. But most people don't even, like, we put a new wall up and everything, and most people haven't even noticed it's there.
Yeah. Yeah, so Luke, you're talking to the wrong guy. I am not a details guy. So for instance, with your tables, which are beautiful, like I don't care about all the work that went into them. I just want them, and I need to know how I procure them. That's
Right.
the problem I need you I need you to solve.
But yet I sit here and just see the imperfections. That's the only thing.
That's crazy. They look beautiful. Oh my God.
They were beautiful like 18 months ago. They were beautiful. The first time he did them, they were beautiful. And he was like, no, stand back over here. Hold on. Just like look at it from this angle. Tilt your head this way. You see that? You see that? You see it? And I'm like, no, I don't.
I'm telling you what, so I have a very long dining room, and my parents have this, what at one time was a gorgeous oak table that my mother purchased for umpteen however many dollars. And we've had it for years, but we've kept it because the dining room's so long. We've kept it in the extended version of the table, which was never intended to sit in that extended version all the time. So the ends are starting to sag because of the weight. And I've always wanted a farm style table, which just a straight slab, of wood with the anchoring underneath, the feet underneath, but you could sit all the way around it and you would never hit a corner post on any of the corners of the table, which is exactly what you've built there, which is freaking beautiful.
There's some legs. Yeah, there's legs under there.
They're under, but they're not on the corners, right?
No, they're not on the corners. No.
Exactly. That is the key, because that way you can sit and you can literally, I could be in my sliding chair and slide all the way around.
Dude. It's just a pedestal table. Like that's what you're trying to say with all of these words.
It's beautiful.
Pedestal. Just say it with me. Pedestal table.
Yes.
And I stole those pedestals off other tables.
That is not surprising to me at all.
Great. So I'm just going to have to make this myself then. That's just what it is.
You can buy pedestals. You can buy pedestals.
I need to buy pedestals that are large enough to house a table that is probably 5 feet wide.
Massive.
5 feet long or wide?
Wide.
5 feet wide.
Well, those tables
are like 4, aren't they?
38 inches, I think.
Yeah. 5 feet
They're pretty big.
60.
60. Good job. I'm proud of you. Wow.
Math.
Wow.
You could buy them.
All right.
I bet you could Google it right now and probably find it.
All right.
I know this because I tried to buy them for those tables.
Where did the chairs come from?
It's not the weather. You can't be mad. We're not talking about the weather.
I'm not mad. I'm wondering where the chairs came from that are on the wall. Are you muted? You're muted, or something happened.
Yeah, he muted himself. There you go.
Sorry. They came from a store here in Auburn.
Oh, nice.
The other day I was driving down the street and I saw them. She had them outside, and I called Kelly immediately, and I'm like, Kelly, come to the door and get in the car. We got to go buy something. She's like, okay. So I went with the intention of buying them, and then they were only $20 a piece, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely buying them.
All right. So, genius. I mean, I guess if I found $20 chairs, I would probably also staple them to whatever you did to attach them.
It wasn't my intention. I had no idea what I was going to do with them. I just loved them.
Yeah, but as soon as I walked in the first day that they were up there, like I said something, you didn't even notice that I was saying something because you were talking to someone else. And then like 5 minutes later, you're like, did you see the chairs? You didn't even see the chairs, did you? Like all you wanted me to see was those chairs on the wall.
They're beautiful.
They are beautiful. They are beautiful. And as Maddie said, it's very like Alice in Wonderland and very Luke. I think you're a bit more Mad Hatter than you are Alice, but whatever.
I'm definitely Mad Hatter.
Yes. All right. So I know some folks are still eating and we are enjoying. I know a lot of you are like, this is more food than I've eaten all week. I feel it. I understand that tamal was serious. The yakisoba was serious. The chefs that we were able to bring together this time were like, we're going hard. This is amazing. Thankfully, dessert is really small. So Assad from Sinbad, who I don't believe will be with us. He was having a hard time connecting earlier.
No way.
So
no way.
Definitely probably not going to be here. But if you haven't been to Sinbad's, both the hummus, the baba ganoush, the dolmas, all in the mez plate, and the pita bread, all from Assad at Sinbad's. In addition to that, the tiny perfect baklava. So his restaurant is Sinbad Sweets on James Street in Syracuse, New York. And he's famous for his baklava and his stretchy ice cream. Have you heard of this, Chad? Do you know what stretchy ice cream is?
No.
Are you going to Google it?
Well, it's probably like the baklava in that I will never have it because
you'll never have it. Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's just down the street from my house. So if you visit here sometime ever, just saying.
Wow! What the hell was that?
Woo! You know, if you should take the time to visit your younger sister here, living alone in the city during the time of COVID.
Wow!
Here I am.
All right, I guess we need to make a trip to
Syracuse. Do you even know what
neighborhood she lives in?
He has no idea.
No idea.
No idea. No idea. Nope. I live in Eastwood, everyone. So Sinbad's is just down the street on James Street. But he's famous for stretchy ice cream and baklava. He has a full case of it every day. He makes it all by hand. It's gorgeous. Tiny, tiny pieces. Luke and I ate, like one piece each yesterday, and we were done. So even though it's really small, you're probably not going to eat it all tonight. And you're welcome. You're going to have it for the morning. If you got cupcakes from Maria at Exhale, who I'd love to have come back in and chat here in a minute, hopefully you save those for the morning, because I can't even imagine if you ate those before the tamales. Oh my. Maria, are you still with us? Did you pass out from exhaustion from opening a restaurant?
She's baking a cake.
She probably is. I mean, she's making a pit bull. Like, it's not even a cake at this point. I'm amazed at the things that people ask from. I'm so glad I didn't go to baking and pastry. I can't even imagine. It's way harder. Cook a steak. It's like 3 minutes. Here you go. Bake a cake. I'm like, all right, I'll be here for 4 days. I have no idea.
To me, it's just unforgiving.
Well, yeah, there's that. But I suppose I guess I started with breakfast professionally anyway. So it's probably sort of the most forgiving and the least forgiving. Like eggs are the least forgiving, but pancakes, like if you mess it up, like just flip it over. No one will know. You're never going to pick up your pancake. Maybe now you will. I can see Mark is going to do it every time now. But like, you're never going to pick up your pancake and be like, is this perfect on this side? It's not going to happen. You're just going to put your fork in it and go. So if you mess up the one side, you're good. But eggs is a different story. Let's see if we've got Maria still here. Well, she might be in a breakout room. We can go back and go ahead and pull everybody back, Chad, because we're going to get ready to shift to the final course and then wrap with a Q&A.
All right, 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute. Lovely. That yakisoba looked really good. Really good. It's the first time that I'm like really, really sad. I guess the polenta with the mushrooms, that one for the Finger Lakes one, that one also made me sad that I wasn't eating at the time. But this one.
Just turned the fryer on so I can fry up the.
Oh, I'm mad at you right now. God, you just like, the whole ordeal for me. I gotta walk out. Oh God. Tomorrow. I'm really glad to hear that. So if you haven't turned your ovens off, ovens are off now. There's no more boiling of water. There's no more frying of oil. I'm really proud of everybody for hanging in and making all of this happen at home. Habiba said we want to make people feel like chefs in their own home. And I think she certainly did that, as did Kyle. And awesome for both of them to be present with us during service. Luke, thanks for showing up.
Did you know I was on my way?
Wow. Luke, thanks for showing up.
You were here, man.
Thank you for having your physical body present for this Zoom.
Isn't there a Keanu Reeves quote where he's like, I'm just like inspired by your ability to show up. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a thing, and it's Keanu, so you're welcome, Luke.
Wow.
Who quotes that?
It was Keanu Reeves, I'm fairly certain.
Oh. From Point Break?
I don't remember.
No, Bill and Ted's. Gotta be.
No, what? No, it wasn't from that. Oh my God.
Do you know they're coming out with a new Bill and Ted?
I know, I saw that. I'm overwhelmed. I can't. I'm still like, I just finished Yellowstone, and so I'm still like riding that out because I don't even know what to feel right now because Kevin Costner. That's all I'm gonna. I really want you to watch this so that we can talk about it, please.
Wow.
Listen, so I dated someone who was obsessed with Keanu Reeves, and I was like, no, he's a douche. Like, he's got to be. So then I'm like arguing that like he's a horrible person, whatever.
He's the nicest guy on the planet.
Oh my
like,
God! So I go and research
reputation.
the guy. He's an incredible human being. Like, I love him. He's
I
that
love
great.
him too. I
actually hate him. I hate him because he's so good.
Wow.
Okay,
He just
well,
recently
first of
got
all,
kicked off a flight. Like, they canceled a flight. And instead of, like, chartering a jet and going wherever he wants to go, he rode the bus with all the common people.
I saw it.
And, like, sang to them or whatever.
People. Like,
And
he's
sang
not a
to
person.
them.
He's so incredible.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Okay, so this was not an episode of Why We Love Keanu Reeves. Do you want to go? Do you have a piece of baklava with you? Thank you. It was from Hardball. Thank you. That's where that line comes from. Thank you.
Do I have
do you want me to-
baklava with me?
Do you have baklava handy?
I do. Yeah.
Can you show them how to put it on a plate at room temperature? Do you think you can do this?
Is that if that
Does it seem
what it requires?
does it seem condescending at this point? I mean, this is what the dish requires.
I mean, sure. I'll go get it.
Perfect. Okay, so in your box, there's a menu from Sinbad's restaurant. So Assad was confused as to what we were doing here, but also like having connection trouble in addition to. So not surprised that he's not going to be with us, but he did want to make sure that you knew who made this baklava. So he is on James Street in Syracuse. He's open, I think, until 8 p.m. every day. You can get delivery. I do it all the time. The hummus is outstanding. I'm a total hummus snob. I typically only eat my own, and that usually, like, I don't do that with other foods, but hummus in particular, I will eat his. I will not eat most people's. Whatever that, like, just mashed up chickpea thing is that people think is hummus is not hummus. I'm sorry to break it to you. The stuff that you buy at Wegmans, that's not hummus. It's mashed chickpeas. It's fine. Go ahead. Enjoy it. But it's not hummus. Sinbad's, that's hummus. So, Luke.
So I found it interesting that he uses pistachios in a lot of these. Is that
He
traditional?
does, yeah. Yes. And rose
I mean,
water.
that one's pistachios too, no?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. This one is my favorite because I think there's brown butter on it.
Yeah. I
And
really
it's
like
not
that one
quite as
too.
sweet.
I like the texture of that one the best.
No one has tried this one yet. But I guess they're all pistachios, huh?
They are,
That's
all
kind of
three of
it.
those are pistachios, yeah. Boom.
So baklava is
Dessert.
made with layers of phyllo dough and butter and honey usually. I don't pretend to know his recipe, but that's the typical way it's made. And then
I definitely
usually
got
ground
hints
up.
of rose water in there too.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And totally good for you too.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but really tiny and really perfect. So that kind of brings us to the end of street food, at least as far as the food goes and the segments go here. They are just all baklava. There's no necessarily not necessarily types. It's all baklava. It just means layers at this point. And traditionally is done with pistachios, sometimes cashews, but usually more of a creamy texture when it's cashews. My personal favorite is pistachios. But Syracuse is just a mecca for this style of food. We had so many restaurants that we could choose from to feature on Dining Inside Out. It was really difficult to explain to restaurateurs that, like, this is what we're doing. We're going to be on a Zoom call. Do you want to do this? Do you want to send your food all across the state? was really scary for a lot of folks. So I want to again send a huge thank you to Chef Kyle, Habiba, Assad, even if he's not here. Really an amazing feat that they took a leap of faith by trusting us to do this. And Abner, who is not a chef, a home cook who taught Luke a few things. We really wanted to put some people on a camera anywhere who weren't just what you typically see as a chef. And for me, this is a personal thing, because the reason that I didn't go to culinary school like right out the gate, I went at 26. But I grew up in a family where everybody cooked, but the people that I watched on television, like the chefs with the hats and the whole thing, those were all men, and those were all white men. And that had an effect on me, whether I knew it or not. I recognized that. Hold on, I'm losing my AirPod here. So
cooking was something that men did, at least professionally, and women,
which is very strange conditioning. And I broke that along with everything else when I was about 25, and decided to go into the culinary world. So I am passionate about putting anybody else live and in front of the camera, because food is not only infinite but universal. It is it's for everybody, and it's for everybody to learn and to master. And it's the one thing to me that you can't kill. You can never get so good at everything in food that you are finally king. Like, I'm never gonna be king or queen or whatever, and neither is Luke, no matter how hard he tries. But that's why street food is so important to me, and that it's been an honor to put this out there, even though it wasn't necessarily my food or Luke's food in this turn. So thank you for letting us share this, and please support these restaurants. These are open restaurants that are, you know, trying to survive with limited capacity and outdoor seating in Syracuse, New York, where the weather is something that Chad and Luke talk about when I use the restroom, but also a very popular topic. It does. But anyway, this is also one last thing. If you ask chefs what they actually eat, this is the food that we actually eat. Like, this is what I want to eat. I want to go to the hole in the wall place where somebody is in the back who has a really great story and is cooking the food that their mom taught them how to cook. That's what I want to eat. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Luke, what do you got to say?
I agree. I think that this one was very exciting to me because it was, as much as the food is awesome, and like those are the kind of fun things that like we want to eat, but also like it's just as much about the people, and like it's food that and things that come like directly from their heart and soul. And I don't think that I have that necessarily.
Whoa.
So it's neat to see.
Yes, you do.
It's not
yes,
that I don't cook with.
Did you say heart and soul? You don't have. This got dark really quick, Luke. We were in this really good ending feel, and then you just went into a really dark place,
isn't it?
I should have let you go first.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I just think that I personally don't cook from a place of my childhood, where
Right.
I think a lot of the people tonight do. I do it for different reasons. Not that I don't do it with passion. It's just, it's different. It's not my mom's recipes. It's not like I wasn't inspired by a family member. So I think I always envied people that were like that. It's an Italian thing, yeah, or not just Italian, but
It's not just Italian.
it's a very big Italian, but it's not just
our mom's English, and we learned all sorts of different things. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, not just how to fry chips and make steak and kidney pie, although we learned that too.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that did happen. But you know, all like they were making all sorts of things all the time, and there was different like world cuisine. It was interesting. Like, I remember going into like a 4th grade classroom and saying that we had chimichangas the night before, which is an American thing, don't get me wrong, but like not common in Pennsylvania or wherever we were. And people were like, they didn't know what that was. So yeah, not just Italian people, just saying. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. Well,
No.
I just think it's a different style of cooking, or it comes from a different place it doesn't for me. So it's neat.
You can still cook with love, even if you didn't have a brilliant food childhood, Luke. Is this a therapy session? Are you okay?
No, you're making it that way. I'm inspired by people who. I'm inspired by Habiba. I just want to come right out and say
she's amazing.
There you go. Yeah, she was awesome.
Feel good.
They were all awesome.
She has this sense of calm, like Maddie was saying yesterday. You know, it was a really intense day. Maddie on our team went out to pick up the food from all of these restaurants, from all these chefs, and they had very specific times that they had to be done with. Not all of them made it. And we're talking about the flatbreads, the mez, the baklava, like every single piece had to be picked up and brought to Pure to be boxed. And so Maddie volunteered because we were opening Exhale. She was like, you really need to like focus on Exhale and also our next Dining Inside Out event, which is a Farm to Fork event. We were changing the date on that. So I was doing a bunch of press releases and whatever. Maddie graciously volunteers. She's running amok throughout the city. Chefs are like, I think I need another hour. Actually, I need more of this container lid. Can you run over here to Gerhardt's and pick that up? All that stuff. So finally, she told me she got to Habiba's and it was just, she's like, she was just so calm. And she finished like sealing those sambusas like probably 30 seconds before Maddie pulled into the parking lot. And yet just has this sense of, she's just that person. I mean, I met her today for the first time in real life and I was so excited. It was like meeting a celebrity and yet also very calm. Great. Anyway, any other questions for us here at Dining Inside Out? We thank you so much for attending. A lot of returning guests. We're really excited to be back. You're going to see a lot more of us in the coming months, especially as it gets a little bit chillier out and we want to be kind of cozied up with everyone. Not like that, but you know what I mean. And then not like that way. Chad, don't make that face. That made it worse. That made it worse. Infinitely worse. I regret everything now. Well, so upcoming events, Farm to Fork 101. So this is the 5-year anniversary of Mark Paolu's Farm to Fork 101 venture. So he's been in business for 5 years, which is an accomplishment regardless. But the reasons that I love Mark, there's so many. One, he's the most awkward person I've ever met, and yet he embraces it. It's amazing. I love it. 2, he connects farmers and chefs and consumers. So regular folks who are interested in where can I go to get vegetables that are in season right now? Like, how can I support farmers directly without going to every single farmer's market? Because you don't know at the farmer's market necessarily whether that was grown locally or not unless you ask. There are vendors there that are just kind of pulling in things from everywhere. So especially here at the regional market, Mark is one of those people who is out there who will take you on a tour of the regional market. He's there every Saturday. And he does these dinners with chefs to get them to use kind of the interesting ingredients. He's put a lot of challenges out there. We are doing a dinner with Dining Inside Out for him. That is Sunday, October 4th. We just shifted that date. Tickets are on sale for that one right now. There are a bunch of add-ons that are amazing. That one is available for pickup in Watertown, Hector, Syracuse, a couple different restaurants. Amano's participating in that. The Fish Fryer's in that. Really great restaurants. Oh, I'm sorry. Pure Market and Eatery, I think, is in that. So it's available in Auburn.
The Market? Sorry. Do you mean the Market?
The Market.
There we go.
It's sort of an afterthought now. But it's actually Luke and Adam Giordano doing a dessert course for that one. So I'm excited about it. But anyway, so that's available online now. And then we've got the one that I'm really excited about because I'm going to totally geek out. Chad, I don't even know if you know about this one yet.
I don't.
But we're doing a Hogwarts dinner.
Oh, no, I did know about that, but that is going to be awesome. That's
October 24th. We're going hard. We're going to make sure that everybody is sorted into tables. So you don't get to pick your private tables this time. You will go to your house table and you will have to answer a quiz to be sorted into that house. And this is kind of a play on something that I've done a couple of times in real life and Chad's attended because he's a geek too.
It's legit.
It's so cool. We did one at Verasion's where we were able to have like the pumpkins from the ceiling, and it was just the most, I love it so much. Anyway, okay, we're gonna have a great time. If you are even interested in Harry Potter like this much, that's gonna be one you wanna attend. Tickets are gonna go on sale for that October 1st. And that is October 24th. It's the weekend before Halloween. It is on a Saturday, not a Friday. I think that's the majority of the public events that we have going on. We are doing, I'm going to say it, I don't even know if I'm supposed to, but we are doing Onondaga Community College's annual fundraiser gala. We are doing that via Dining Inside Out. That's happening in November, so look for that. Support the college. We are actually doing all the food for that in-house, so if you like our food, and maybe that's reason enough to buy a ticket. We are also able to help several other foundations, and those are going to be upcoming this fall. I mean, there's libraries that we're helping to save, and just all across the state, we have been asked to do different things to help raise money for people, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it. It adds to my purpose, which is amazing. Anyway, look for many more things. We have some big stuff in store, especially for the winter months.